Warning, the thoughts and opinions expressed on the show are just that, our personal thoughts and opinions. While we do our best to discuss topics responsibly, some of the information shared is based on allegations, reports, or speculation and may not be fully factual. We encourage our listeners to do their own research and form their own conclusions. This podcast is for entertainment and informational purposes only, and nothing discussed here should be taken as legal, professional, or definitive advice.
And we're back. Welcome, everybody. Episode 8 of the You Don't Say That podcast. We're the show where we come together and we tackle stories about culture, relationships, life struggles, and unpacking the chaos of current events. We got you covered with real talk, relatable advice, and a lot of humor. Of course, we're here to bring the dark humor. We're here to talk about it all, and it doesn't stop there. We're connecting with you directly. Please submit your questions. Today, we have a couple of questions that I think are going to be awesome. So I can't wait to share that with you guys. Please, if you're not already, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok,
Spotify,
X, Spotify, Facebook. We have a Facebook page now.
Who's on Facebook?
More people than you think. Yeah. Supposedly, it's the number one, still social media platform
in the world. Because
I think worldwide. You can do the groups. I think that the groups makes Facebook a very unique kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because all of these people have one common interest.
Kind of like how Reddit is. Like you can go to different Reddit groups.
Yeah.
Right.
Reddit is, I feel like, harder to navigate though. You have to
it's
kind of know how to navigate Reddit in order to work Reddit.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, you can follow us on all those, including Apple Podcasts. We mentioned Spotify. We're even on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music. We're on a lot of platforms. Just search the You Don't Say That podcast, and you can find us and tune in every episode. Right as of right now, we're bi-weekly. Mm-hmm. We will be moving into weekly at some point here. But we definitely appreciate all the support and the followers and all the above. So thank you guys. We appreciate you. How was your guys' weeks? We just had Valentine's Day come up. Did any of you guys do anything for any of that stuff?
I know that you and we were really romantic on Valentine's Day.
Well, I know what we did.
I know, but I got to update them. I got to let them know.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
So I woke up in the morning and Mikhail had left me a bouquet of flowers, a thing of chocolates, a bottle of pink Moscato, right?
Something bubbly.
Yeah. And Reese's. And then, so later that night, we got Taco Bell.
We got dirty.
Drank pink Moscato and watched Love is Blind.
That's awesome.
Dude.
Yeah, that's what happens.
That was one of the best.
That's what happens when you've been together for 10 years.
Pink Moscato,
Yeah, we got.
Is Valentine's Day you guys actually care a lot about or care at all for if you have? I know you guys are single now, but when you guys were with a significant other during that time of year, was that something that you guys?
How many?
For me, I like it. I like the holidays.
Have you ever actually asked somebody to be your Valentine? Have you ever been like, hey, will you be my Valentine this year?
No, because I was always dating somebody during Valentine's already, so I never had to ask somebody because I was already my girlfriend.
Okay.
So I've never asked somebody.
So you never even asked your girlfriend be your Valentine?
No, she don't have a choice.
She don't have a choice. Okay.
Well, just to be cute or something.
Right.
No. You don't see those videos of people have been married 55 years and
old dude walk,
he can barely walk in the kitchen. He's like, "Will you be my Valentine?"
Oh, well, I mean, that's different.
Wife's like, "Oh my God, of course I will." 55 years later, you still ask me to be my Valentine.
That's the shit that fucks up guys today, because girls are like, "Why aren't you like that?"
Right. Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about my grandparents and how they met, and my other set of grandparents. Every month on the 25th, he got her flowers because they got married on the 25th.
That's dope.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So, or the 22nd, I don't know, something like that. But every month, not just once a year, every month he got her flowers, whether it was a flower that he picked or flowers that he bought or whatever. But you know, those are like examples that I had. You know, my other set of grandparents was married for 70 years
Right.
before they got married, or before my grandfather passed away.
That's dedication.
Yeah. Well, and their story that they like how they met was my grandfather was in Japan in World War II, and somehow my grandma stole his address from a friend of hers, and
Was she Japanese?
No, my grandparents are Polish.
Oh yeah. Super smart.
You guys are worried about me.
So my grandmother stole my grandfather's address from her friend.
Oh,
like
okay.
basically took my grandfather from this other chick and started writing him. And when he got back, they got married. And
That's awesome.
yeah.
70 years married.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure that they were like 17 and 15 kind of thing. Like they're very young. They were really young. But my grandfather forged his birth certificate so he could go into the Navy
That's cool.
during World War II.
Jeez.
He was only 16.
Damn.
So
That's insane.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's pretty crazy.
Yeah. So
What
I mean,
about-
so yeah, those examples that you have, that I have, you know, seeing like, you know, that old love of like doing those things, having those moments, and that's how you keep it going. You got to keep dating each other, you know, like,
I agree. I think you should
Yeah.
always keep dating your girl. I think when that stops and the problems begin.
the alone time, you know, like that's important,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
like when kids are involved and you really don't get to have like an adult conversation all the time. It is really important.
Well, yeah, I'd say like veteran move on our end. We never do anything significant on Valentine's Day. Either the day before,
so packed. It's so
or the
stupid.
weekend after, or
Yeah.
something that's like it's never the day.
Right.
Of.
No.
But also like it also depends on our like work schedule. You know, when we were working at the casino, it wasn't something that was easy to just be like, all right, you know, Valentine's Day, like you may have been working. I may have been working.
For sure.
So
Well, this year we could have. It was on Friday, but nah, we'll go Saturday night.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Makes more sense.
yeah. But I could imagine if you're dating someone brand new.
If it's that first year and it's your guys' first Valentine's,
Yeah.
you can't be like, hey, you know, next day it's easier to get reservations
Yeah.
because they're gonna look at you like, oh, why can't you get reservations
loser.
ahead of time? Yeah, like, oh, this guy can't even get reservations.
Yeah,
So I think it just depends too. Like for you guys been together, been married for a long time.
exactly.
That's great. But like if you're dating somebody new and your first time, you kind of got to go all out.
Yeah.
But-
No, so my coworker, her and her now fiance have been together for a really long time, like double digits kind of thing. And he finally proposed, and he proposed on February 15th. Not February 14th, not Valentine's Day. He proposed the day after. So
Was there any reason why, or just
I didn't ask her, but I mean, I think that's kind of like, you know, I feel like a lot of people would expect it to happen on Valentine's Day. So kind of like throwing her off a little bit by doing it the day
next day,
after.
gotcha.
Or,
The
yeah.
the move is to propose on February 29th on a leap year, so you only have to celebrate it every 4 years.
Oh my God.
That's the move.
wow.
right.
Yeah.
I mean, think about the cost
Our-
savings.
Where's my pen and paper at?
Right.
Think about the cost savings. I mean, that's like another house you could buy.
Right.
I'm just saying.
No, our 10-year anniversary is in 2 days.
Whoa.
Dating.
Dating.
okay.
10-year dating.
Marriage will
anniversary.
be in December.
Right.
though.
He
not that
did
far
ask
behind.
me.
No, that'll be like that.
He did ask me to go out with him on Valentine's Day.
I was just about to share that.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead though. I'll share with mine.
So
after.
he did ask me to go out with him on Valentine's Day, and I was like, oh, like we literally just started
So
talking.
let me share one of my
You
favorite.
turned him down?
I was just
I
about to
turned
ask.
him down.
I was just about to
Yeah.
ask you guys what your favorite Valentine's Day memory was, and this is mine. This thing is what mine was. So I'm gonna say rejected me, and I don't know what other plans she had, but I still wanted to do something. I don't want to be at home, you know.
Right.
Like I was kind of like in the mood to go out and do shit. So I hit up old friend Bryce, and I was just like, "Hey, what are you doing today?" and he was
Well,
just like,
right.
"Nothing." And I was just like,
It also happened to be All-Star Weekend.
"Well, let me tell
okay,
it."
Okay.
So one of the best things about Valentine's or whatever usually lines up with NBA All-Star Weekend, and I usually like to try to watch a little bit here and there. But this was perfect. I was like, well, shit, I'm not doing anything. It's on Saturday night. They have the dunk contest, the 3-point contest, and all that. And we were just like, well, fuck it then. Let's just go to Buffalo Wild Wings. We got we got beer and we got wings and we just watched the dunk contest and we had a fucking blast. Like,
Yeah.
Dope, man.
I want to say like that was one of the best Valentines I had, considering like I was a little butthurt about what happened and it turned into like
Shame.
a great time. You know what I mean?
I mean, look at us now.
Sure. Yeah.
So-
she had the.
I mean, 10 days later, he asked me to be his girlfriend. But I mean, we had plans, I think, to go to Disneyland like the Monday
remember,
after
yeah.
Valentine's Day. And I was like, like we already have plans to hang out on Monday. How about we like pump the brakes a little bit and not, you know.
Were you trying? So was your thought to say no to him for the Valentine's Day thing because you didn't want to go too fast and like push him away?
Yeah, that's what it
Yeah, I
sounds
didn't
like.
want to
Sounds
go
like
like I didn't
Yeah.
want it to be like too serious because I felt like going out on Valentine's Day kind of like imposed or like not imposed, but
It means something.
yeah, it does mean something. Like, you know, and I barely had met him, you know. I knew him at work. So I think we had only hung out like one time before
No,
that.
it was a couple.
A couple to
Yeah, it was a
so
few.
it was
Six
it was
to be exact.
It was still a very
we
new
hung out quite a bit before. that,
yeah,
I
it
wanna
was
say.
still a very new relationship, and so I was like,
In my
eh,
cynic
that's
mind.
just, like-
She already had plans with someone else.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Did that
and
make you a cynic? Because I
Yeah.
thought the same thing.
I thought so too. She already had
I was
hotel.
like, oh, shit, that's-
she already had
I'll call
hotel
myself-
reservations. In
I
my
would
mind, it's
call
the
myself
worst.
a cynic, but a lot of times I'm kind of right because I can kind of like
Yeah.
put two and two together, which didn't get butthurt about it
Right.
today. Back then, yeah, but you know, she had already agreed to something and she didn't want to cancel that.
She was still playing out the field, trying
Yeah.
to see
Yeah.
what do I want
I'm
to do.
like, I'm not dumb.
Yeah,
So
That's
you
what
know.
I would have thought. 100%.
I would have thought the same thing.
Yeah, who
That's
would've?
because
I'm just insecure though.
But that's
so.
not what I was told.
That's where our minds
No.
go.
We're cynic, right?
it-
That's a new word.
Insecure, whatever you want to call it.
That's where we go.
No, I mean
I
it
say
was
it's cynicism, but
right.
whatever.
It was a
I
bunch
agree.
of the casino girls. We all just had none of us had boyfriends at the time, so we were all just like, all right, we're gonna hang out Valentine's Day, and I didn't want to like pull out of that last minute.
Yeah,
so-
pulling out sucks.
Oh my god.
Talk about it, brother.
Yeah.
Hey,
So
my couch pulls out, but I know.
right. So I mean, we just did a love language test for everybody.
Wait, I want to hear about
Oh.
their Valentine's.
Oh, okay,
like,
go ahead.
Yeah.
Uh,
Either something that's like a favorite
Valentine's.
Valentine you've ever had, or you just
I
don't
don't know
really
if
care for them that much.
No,
or-
it's not that I don't care for them. I think they're like just a day. I think it's just like a day that people. I don't know. I think it's like a Hallmark holiday.
I agree.
Like a lot of a lot of businesses and companies and corporations have made a lot of money off of Valentine's Day, and
agree,
I've
yeah.
told that to women that I've dated in the past.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean I'm not going to do something if they want to do something on Valentine's Day.
Right.
So I mean,
they want to feel special on that
yeah,
day.
exactly. But my thing is, I don't. This so I've talked to exes that I've dated before. I'm like, hey, I'm not big on Valentine's Day for those reasons. But if you are, then yeah, let's do something. I'll get you flowers. I'll do all that. But I also think that you should be doing that stuff on days outside of Valentine's Day. Like I didn't need Valentine's Day to do that. I would get flowers randomly for girls that I would date in the past and just give them to them just because. And they're like, what's this for? I was just thinking about you. You know, I wanted to get these for you or get them like a little gift or something. I try to do that stuff pretty frequently just to let them know like you're on my mind a lot, you know?
You are a lover boy.
Andre
Certified
3000
lover
says
boy?
that every
Certified.
day is the 14th.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's
No, but it should be that way though. It shouldn't just take Valentine's Day to buy your significant other
Right.
like,
True.
flowers.
I don't
$10.
because our anniversary is so close. I don't necessarily expect him to. I always kind of like think that the dating anniversary is like the bigger deal.
And I'm
But-
the opposite. I think the
I would think the wedding
one
anniversary.
is.
Yeah.
And she
Well-
always asks me, when is it again? When is
No.
it again?
Well-
When is it again?
I mean, I meant between Valentine's Day or the dating anniversary.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like because they're so close, I think it's better to do the anniversary. But
Yeah. Well, as a guy, you don't want to be stuck like not doing one Valentine's, and you're just like, oh, well, why you didn't even give me anything this year?
I think not getting at least flowers for your significant other.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So then,
And you gotta at least get flowers,
as a
right?
dude,
Minimum.
would you expect your girl to get something for you for Valentine's Day?
Mouth
if you get
flowers.
something for her,
I wouldn't.
Nah, I wouldn't. I don't expect anything.
right?
Nah,
It's
I think as
cool
a
she
dude,
does.
it's more of our job to do stuff.
Okay.
Plus, my experiences, no.
But if she did get you some chocolates,
I'd marry her.
okay.
Buy me a box of chocolates.
Okay, you're such a liar.
I've never had a girl not get me something on Valentine's Day, like a girl that I was dating.
Yeah.
But if she didn't, I wouldn't be upset. But I do think at the very least, like Adrian was saying, I'm gonna get you roses and chocolates or a teddy bear, something,
Hey.
or a card. I've
What
done
if-
cards before and like write stuff in there.
What if it's a bad?
Personalize
What if
it.
it's a bad gift though? Like you're barely getting to know this person.
Yeah.
And they buy you something that you you would never wear, or you would never like. You would never buy this. Like you don't
That's
like.
happened
Do you
plenty of
have to
times.
pretend to
Yeah.
like it? Like,
Oh, yeah,
Like what's the
100%.
etiquette
Yeah.
on that?
You have to. Yeah.
It's happened to me.
100%.
Like I got in a hat. I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? I'm never gonna wear this.
It's
on
happened to
brand.
you. It's happened to me way more than once. And
Yeah.
you can't be an a hole. Like
Right? You can't. Right? But I'm like, I'm never
because it's
gonna
the
wear.
thought.
Like, what
It's
am I
the
doing?
thought. She went out of her way to go buy you something. Like
Or
you-
did she? Maybe she.
But
just,
shouldn't she
like-
pay more attention to get you a better gift?
Well, if you
That tells me you're not
if it's the
paying attention.
first 6 months you're dating somebody, they might not know you that well.
Right.
So
See, and maybe that was like part of why I turned him down. I didn't want
Yeah.
there to be any like expectation of like we just met.
did you think if you went out with them on Valentine's Day, you'd have to put out?
No.
Jesus.
Oh.
No, not
That's
at
a
all.
valid question.
Because I mean,
I'm just curious.
I don't think
agree.
Valentine's Day. If you're already together, I think sex is kind of like it's gonna happen on Valentine's Day. But if you're still
Yeah.
dating,
no. I mean, because we also didn't have like a place to do it at the time.
No, yeah, not at the beginning. No.
Yeah.
what about the eclipse? You got plenty of
Oh
room in the
God,
eclipse.
no. There's no way.
That's so.
I know.
There's
I
no
know.
way.
There's so much room in
So
there.
they're
They're
both
almost.
they're both big
Yeah,
human
yeah.
beings.
There's so much, dude. That was such a good ride.
I love these.
I mean, there might have been a couple like roadhead in the eclipse, but
All right, sorry, mom. Yeah, go ahead. All
My
right.
mother listens to this.
All right.
There's always the hood of the car.
No wonder why you married her.
yeah.
Right.
You
Well,
know?
I heard a interesting point was in absence of effort, usually that comes in the form of an expensive gift. I know I'm not necessarily big on expensive gifts because
Nah,
I know
me
she
neither.
doesn't care for that kind of stuff. But like a common thought or an easy out for a lot of men is if you know
Just
she's
buy
into
her-
whatever
yeah.
bag, you just get her a bag,
Right.
and she already has a bunch of bags.
Nah.
But because you don't have to
Yeah.
really think about it, but you
Yeah.
know she'll like it.
Yeah.
And she can't get too upset because it's an expensive gift.
Yeah.
I think if you go into it thinking that it's an expensive gift, so I can get away with stuff, or I'm not there, but here's what I can do to make up for it. That's the wrong way to go about it.
It's common though.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a big homie.
But
who
I
told
think
me,
that's like
Yeah, that's
the
true.
different type of character that people have. Maybe not character, but like, there's just different people that have different tastes or different expectations or have different love languages, right? Like,
I think it's always presence over presence. Like be there, be
Yeah.
present. Even with like raising kids, like
Right.
especially with raising
yeah,
kids.
if you're there, you give your significant other significant time. You give them. I don't know. You text back during the day. Something I got to work on. But I'm a horrible texter.
I've been
Same.
the guy that gets like an expensive gift before.
Yeah.
And I
You've
didn't.
got an expensive gift from a girl.
No.
He's given.
Oh,
Given.
I know you,
I've
Mr.
gi-
Disneyland Pass.
Right?
I've given expensive gifts before, but I think the best Valentine's gift I gave was I made sandwiches, right? I made sandwiches, I packed like some fresh fruit, I packed like a rose, I wrote a little note and packed it in like the sandwich, but I put it like in a paper towel so it wouldn't get on the sandwich.
I remember
and
this.
then went and did a picnic at like a really nice park with like a beautiful scenery. And so that was it. I didn't get any gift. It was just I prepared all this food, picked her up, we went and had a nice lunch, and then like we ate the fruit and I gave her the note, and that was, to me, that was probably the best thing I've ever done
Right.
gift wise, because it wasn't to your point, it wasn't about money.
Right.
It was all the effort that went into it, and it
Yeah.
wasn't like a whole lot of effort, but I took the time to do that thing because I wanted her to feel special.
Those are
Yeah.
the best moments.
Yeah.
So when it's like, it's not about money. It's not about.
It wasn't.
when you can just enjoy somebody's company.
Right.
Like I've had people that I was dating. I just enjoy being around them.
Right.
Yeah.
We could be watching fucking anything, watching paint dry, just like watching a baseball game. Like, just it's fun.
Dude, we
Yeah.
walked away from that park both cheesing, like,
But we had a
cloud
good time,
nine.
right?
Yeah, we had a great time, and we didn't spend any money really.
Yeah.
Like, it was dope.
Right. Yeah. Effort is kind of like that
Yeah.
cost.
Yeah.
But yes, as Lindsay mentioned, I took my very first. It seems like you guys have taken one before, right? A love language test.
Yeah.
I wasn't.
Yes.
I have heard of them, and I've heard mention of certain traits people have, but I've never taken one.
Yeah.
We should do an attachment style one next time.
What's
That's
that?
a big difference. That's another one too.
Like
An attachment style?
avoidant, or yeah, like ancient or
Anxious.
anxious, attached, or like, and it's about how you are attached in your relationships.
Yeah.
So
It's like deeper. It's like a deeper, darker secret. Than,
Yeah.
Than love
Yeah.
language.
It probably dives in. I've never taken that test, but I'm assuming it dives into like your.
Insecurities. Everything.
That's
Yeah,
what it sounds like.
It's
I like that.
crazy. It's cool though. When I found out about mine, I was like, oh shit. Okay.
Turn
Yeah.
it off.
Was it
Turn
accurate?
Off. Turn
Yeah.
it off.
Accurate?
Accurate to
you. Yeah.
What'd it say?
Accurate. I don't remember.
Of course, you know. How convenient.
right. No, but so Sal and I both got acts of service as our number one love language.
So what does that mean?
So you know,
We like to
doing
serve.
yeah, just doing little things.
Like military, yeah.
No, well,
Shout out John
right.
Cena.
We enjoy it when our partner does just little things for us. You know, things like, for an example, filling up my car with gas. You know, just like something where it's like, oh, that's nice. I don't have to do it now. Or you know, helping with the kids. You do that a lot.
yeah.
You know, acts of service, just something so that I don't have to do it, or just kind of makes my life easier. That's kind of what makes me feel like you care. And then yours,
And
you
Adrian's,
and
right?
Adrian
Yeah.
both got quality time.
Right.
Which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
just being around that person.
Right.
You know, the time spent versus the dollar spent. You especially, because I had proctored your test, you were like, I don't like gifts. Like, I don't need
really don't.
gifts.
I'm not a big
neither.
gift guy
Yeah.
either.
I really
So,
don't. Like
Yeah, just
Yeah.
I'm at a point age wise especially. I a lot of times I just buy the things that I want.
Right. But to me, like, a gift doesn't necessarily need to be like, I don't need to buy you a PS5 every time. You know what I mean? Like, I have done that.
Was appreciated.
But it could also be things like, oh, I know Mikhail likes these candies. Let me just grab these.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I mean? Like, because then
For
that,
sure.
that to me shows me that you were just like thinking of me, like, oh, you just stopped in at the store. Oh, you like these? Okay. Like, you know, like, that could
Right.
be gift giving also. And then the
What's
other
the best gift you guys have ever got from a significant other? Just like on a holiday.
I mean, the PS5 for me is an easy one.
and that wasn't even a
Okay.
holiday.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
No.
I forgot why she got it for me.
Gotta find me a white girl.
She got it for me or something.
Well, his PS5 died.
4.
Yeah, his PS4 died. It did like, I don't know what it's
red
called.
light- the red
yeah,
light.
red
I
light.
don't know. It just kept freezing up on me.
Yeah, it wasn't working, you know, whatever. So
And I don't play that much, but when every so often I just want an hour to kill and then I kind of get to it.
he'll
You know
play
what I mean?
while I'm working, while I'm like finishing work, because he gets home and he has like an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes before I finish work. So he'll play the game, you know, listen to a podcast while I just work. So his PS5 broke. His PS4 broke, and I just happened to see that the PS5 was on sale, and I feel it was around the time that I was having my like surgery, my cancer surgery thing.
Yeah.
And he was just being really supportive, and like I felt like he deserved a PS5. So
Because you got a great man.
Get you a white girl.
yeah.
Yep.
I also bought him a truck one year for Father's Day.
That's
so,
true.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
Very true.
Yeah. I wouldn't suggest buying a truck
For
without
me, it was
your
Laker tickets.
Oh, you got Laker tickets?
Yes. I remember that.
I'd never been to a Laker game before. I don't know how. I'm a diehard Laker fan.
They're so expensive.
They are.
Yeah, he went to we went to our first Laker game together.
And so the Laker tickets were to watch the Lakers play at home, obviously, against the Bucks. And this was, I say this now like it's hindsight, but this was when we all thought LeBron only had like 1 or 2 good years left.
Right, yeah. In
Like
2020,
4 years ago.
2019
Yeah.
or whatever.
And he keeps
Yeah.
defying father time every year. But back then, you know, we all thought LeBron's will probably only have 1 or 2 good seasons left.
Never
in
see him again.
Never. So
Gotta go see him.
so to me, it was big to go watch him play, and he played. Everybody played; they were healthy. But that game, he bested Giannis. Like it was a close game at the end, and in the fourth quarter, LeBron and Giannis were going head to head.
so dope.
And LeBron, I know this is not going to happen all the time. Giannis is an amazing player, but LeBron was beating him like on multiple plays
It was
in
a
the fourth
huge-
quarter
yeah.
to win, and then we ended up winning the game. So like first Laker game against the Bucks at home, we win. Fourth quarter's close. He's besting Giannis at the end. I mean, it was like everything you can think of. It was an amazing game.
And then you doubled down, and then we came back for the Clipper game.
Then I went to the-
and
yeah.
we joined them
Yep.
for that.
And we went to the Clippers game, and
remember- I
and they
remember
won
that.
that game too, right?
That was amazing.
Yeah,
It
that
was one of the
great
best
game.
games I've ever seen.
That was
But that was
Kawhi
like
and Paul
a
George
Clipper
too, right?
home
Yeah.
game
It was a home game.
in
I don't know if it
Staples
was a Clipper
Center.
game or
It
not.
was a Clipper game.
Okay, yeah.
But I mean, it's
The Laker
it's a
home game.
Laker game. They just got the lights on.
They
Yeah.
won that game. Braun played. Braun looked really good too.
was so
We got to see
disrespectful.
Kawhi and Paul George. Like
Yeah.
it was a dope
and the
game too.
significance of that, because it was the last game
Before COVID happened. Yeah.
Right?
The game was on
yeah.
like March 18th.
Yeah, it
And
Before the shutdown?
everything.
Before the
yeah.
right before it was the last game before shutdown.
Yeah.
And we tried to do plans right before we headed home, but we were just like, nah, we'll do something.
I was
soon.
like, let's go to Disneyland.
Okay,
Let's go
there
to
you go,
Disneyland.
yeah.
Let's go to Disneyland. We all 4 had tickets. We all 4 had passes, and this was before you had to have reservations. And we literally could have just popped in at Disneyland, and everybody was like, no.
Yeah.
And then
We'll go another
literally
day.
everything shut down, and
And that was the year the Lakers won, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Do you guys remember when they issued curfew during COVID?
Dude.
I
They
remember
did all kinds
that
of shit.
day. I knew because they were talking about it during the day. So I invited, we'll bleep this out. I invited because I knew there was going to be a curfew that day. So
You have
she
to
would have
whisper
to
if
go
you're going
home.
to bleep it.
So bleep it out. Well, I'm doing editing.
you invited her because you knew
I
she'd have to go
purposely
home.
invited her because I knew she had to go
That's
home
such
after.
a good story. I hope you
Yes,
keep the story
yes.
with the
It was the
Curfew's
best.
in effect.
Yeah, and I was even surprised. I was like, "Oh shit!" But I already knew because they were
Oh
talking about
shit!
it.
Oh
I was like,
no!
"Damn, you gotta go.
Oh no!
You're 15 minutes past your
you,
curfew.
you don't want to be on the freeway, right? Like you should probably get out of here."
Oh my god,
It was the
you're,
best.
you're wrong for
Oh,
that.
it was the best.
You're
No.
wild.
Good times.
I don't. My best gift that I've
yeah, we're talking about
received
gifts.
ever.
Yeah,
in
I don't know how we got down that path.
Gifting some chick
Sorry.
high fives in curfew.
just Valentine's Day gifts, or
I think
or
he
just
said
in-
just
just in
gifts
general,
ever.
bro.
I
Yeah.
think that's what he said.
I mean, I guess my wedding ring would be like
I don't know if that counts.
that's like the definitely probably one of the most expensive gifts.
But
that
does
I've
expensive mean like the best? Not really, right? Like, because go ahead.
We just
Say
said
yours.
that,
Yeah, because I know for me, like, I think the best gift I ever got. Shit. I had a girl get me for Christmas one year. She bought me like face wash, and it was so subtle. She was like, "I saw the face wash you have in your kitchen or in the kitchen in your bathroom." She's like, "You need to grow up."
It'd be
Like,
even better if
She
it
was
was
like,
in
"You
your
need to like." She's like, you can't be doing that shit no more."
She shat
So
on
she
you.
bought me like some like really
How's
expensive
that the
ass.
best gift? She
Bro,
basically told you you're a little kid.
Yeah, and
No.
she said you're ugly.
But no, she didn't say I was ugly. She's like, "You have good skin." She's like, "But you need this." And like after washing my face with that, and she bought me moisturizer. I felt like an adult. I felt like a bad bitch. Like
What's the difference?
My
What
face was so soft.
Oh, okay.
And it was just like good lotion. Like I don't know. I'm a single dude. Like I have like.
Yeah.
the one bar of soap.
Yeah,
for
like we don't
everything.
have like we don't really take care of ourselves like that, right?
Sure.
I know you have like your routine, but like
Yeah.
Like, speak for yourself.
yeah, but like I don't know. I don't have like expensive face wash or like
Yeah.
moisturize.
Same.
Like so,
Yeah.
when she bought that for me, I was like, oh, like this is. I get it now. Like this is dope. Like I feel great. Like my face felt good.
That's wild. That's your best gift.
What does that say about the women I've dated?
Well,
Because I've
yeah,
gotten some
right?
really horrible gifts.
I think-
I've never been the gift getter.
I
I'm
think
the
more
gift
than
giver.
the gift, you like the assertiveness.
Do you guys accept? Do you guys accept sex acts or sex is your guys'
Absolutely.
gifts?
What about
Yes, sir.
like purple lights?
Oh, that'd be dope. That'd be cool.
Just purple lighting in the room.
But if like for Valentine's Day, you guys are like gonna do purple lights, cool, right? Like that's different.
No, I think
But that's not just a standard. Like,
I think
oh,
it could be a gift. Like
Yeah.
if,
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like,
That's a
like
gift.
if
I didn't
you're-
get you shit, but I'll
That's a
No,
gift.
like I'm
She
saying,
like
bend
she
over
puts
today.
on something sexy and like does a
Yeah,
little dance.
right.
And
That's what
then,
I'm
like,
saying.
All right, happy
don't go to bed in
No,
a
like
mood.
if you're-
Don't come to bed in a mood.
if
on
you're at
Valentine's Day.
home
No.
and you're sitting on the couch just watching
movie?
TV, watching
No.
the basketball
No,
game,
we're in a movie
and
on Valentine's
then
Day.
you had no intention of
And then
maybe
she
having
like gets
sex.
on her knees and puts her
No,
hair
she
up
comes
and
into the
then-
room and
Okay.
she's wearing something sexy, and
Right.
she's just like she's like just stay there, don't even move. And
But
just
is it-
opens your legs and like.
So is it
I love
better
an
if she
assertive
does
girl.
it
An
on
assertive woman?
Valentine's Day, or do you want to be surprised like the day after?
That's an acceptable Valentine's Day gift for men, I think. Something like that, 100%.
Wait, so can the guy do that as well and be like, hey, I ain't got flowers, but
I can do my little beat it up, my beat it
No,
up.
he has to do. No, he has to
beat
do
it up
both.
there.
You
Like
don't
a
gotta
baby
do
boy.
nothing.
He has to do
Just stay
flowers
there.
and
I think it
Go down.
depends on the relationship for sure. It depends on because I can see some females being like, hell yeah,
They're
my
down.
man digged me down. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like that,
Okay.
you know.
Okay.
But then also like cool if you like dick me down, but then also like make me dinner. You know, like
what if he had Valentine's Day? Like we had like a bouquet of roses underneath the bed, like at the end of the bed,
Under his
right?
dick.
And he goes down her like she climaxes
And
like
he,
crazy,
like, pulls
and then he
it out?
pulls it out and is
Yeah.
like, "Happy Valentine's Day, babe."
Wow.
Sounds like a porno.
Just like a
It's a
porno.
romance novel.
That's a
That
book
sounds like
right
a
there.
porno.
That's a book
That's
right
a-
there.
Yeah,
That's
I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like,
Imagine?
that might be nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I was just curious. I just wanted to be consistent. That's all.
Yeah, I've never been the gift getter for Valentine's Day.
derailed.
I,
We have derailed.
I've never been like gotten cool things for Valentine's, but I do dope shit. I do like I did the hotel, the decorating the rose petals all over the bed, the
never done that
balloons. I've done. I mean,
No.
he did all that shit.
I've ran
yeah,
out.
nobody's ever done that.
ran
for
out
me.
on Chinese
I've never done
food.
that.
I've done that. Did a lot. Gifts.
Skip the bill at a nice restaurant. I've done it all.
We did skip the bill. That was the first time we hung out.
I was joking.
No, we did that though. The very first time you
Oh,
hung out,
so
we ran
I
out.
thought you meant with the girl on Valentine's
Oh
Day.
no, I'm talking about the first time I met you.
Talk about
Oh,
ride or
yeah.
die.
It was
Yeah,
the first time I
right?
met Saul.
How down are you? We're running out.
Sal does that with all his ladies. So.
Yeah, he
Get
runs
your
out.
shoes on, girl.
Yeah, I want to
Including
know.
you.
Yeah.
One, I want to know if she's down, and two, like, are you athletic?
It was a down test. It was a down test. Are you
Yeah,
down?
contest.
Do you have the proper footwear?
Yeah. And I feel like we spent like probably 5 Valentine's Day together anyway when we lived together.
Yeah, we
'Cause
did.
We spent a lot
Yeah.
of them together.
A lot of it involved just getting a lot of food
Yeah.
and just
Donuts from
eating
Mary's.
like gluttons.
Yeah, just watching
That's
some
what I'm
wild
saying
shit.
though. Like I
Falling
had a
asleep
good
on the
time.
couch, like
yeah.
in arm's reach of each other.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a good time
Titties
eating
out.
my Taco Bell and
Oh, yeah.
watching Love Is Blind. We had a good time.
That's a souvenir.
I gotta edit that out.
That's a
but
souvenir that keeps on giving.
I don't know why.
You are okay.
I had a little bit.
Well, I don't know how far in we're in, but you are 3 things that we need to edit out for you.
Yeah, you're on a roll, but at least he has to do it.
I'm doing
Yeah,
that
true,
this time.
true.
Yeah, hell
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
I can say whatever.
Yeah. That's you'll see. It's just more work for you. But go
Right?
ahead.
Yeah.
You'll find out.
He's gonna be like, damn, why did I
Next
do
week,
all that?
he's gonna get on us for saying shit. Watch. But anyways, okay. Well, now that we got that out the way with Valentine's,
Are we talking about our weeks?
yeah, would you have something
I
to
have nothing.
share on top of that? That's awesome that you brought it up.
Do I? I don't know. You go first.
I don't have anything.
I don't really have anything either. I
Work.
think,
More work.
yeah, work was crazy. Again, I don't want to talk about work too much, but we have a team that's based out in India, and they're just
Bunch of Karens.
no. It's just like the people that help me because I'm like a one-man person at work. I'm like a one-man team, but my team is based in India, and they don't realize, hey, it's 2 a.m. I can't ask you for help right now.
Yeah.
But they send me emails and messages at 2 a.m. expecting a fucking response.
Do you understand what they're saying?
Well, yeah, I can read.
Oh.
I don't talk to them on the phone.
Well,
What the fuck is wrong with
I was
you?
asking you like if you talk on the
Oh
phone.
no, I'll talk to them on the phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a work was very work's been busy. Aside from that, any highlights of the week? Nothing too crazy. Just editing that clip that we just put out. I'll put it out there right now that it's very, very, very Kendrick biased because I did it, so it's okay.
Thanks
I know
for
we're gonna
owning
get
up
into
that.
it. Yeah.
Thanks for owning that.
Yeah, Yeah,
It is not a subject. No, it is.
the
There's a
listeners,
heavy bias.
the reel that he put out, which was like 2 minutes and 20 seconds.
Yeah,
is
the reel that we put out, I did it, and
all
yeah.
Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, it's very Kendrick bias because I am a Kendrick fan.
Okay.
He needs all the help he can
It
get.
didn't discourage me at all.
No,
To
it
be
didn't.
fair.
It wasn't. But it's actually been it's a shout out to all the listeners and people that are engaging with it. Thank you. It was fun. I was talking to Mikhail yesterday. Like, I don't know how trying to edit these, like taking a 30-minute conversation and bringing it down to 3 minutes, and then bringing it down even then to just try and get a story. Like, I just told
30 seconds.
one story, and this is like one aspect of that conversation. It's a lot of fun. So hopefully I'll be editing some more. And if they happen to be very biased towards one direction, it's probably I did it. If it's more logical, Mikhail did it.
Whoa.
But you know, Mikhail is very
One
logical.
highlight of the last couple of weeks for me, aside from work, has been a book that I'm reading. I'm more than halfway through. Like, I've been binge reading this book. I started it. I don't even know, maybe like 6 days ago, and I'm already like 200 pages in. And it's really, for me at least, it's really intriguing.
What is it?
It's called Discipline is Destiny, and it's by Ryan Holiday. But it goes into it goes into a lot of Stoicism ideas and principles and Stoicism philosophy, and that stuff's really interesting to me.
Yeah, he's a philosopher.
What does that mean? If like, I don't know what the hell that means. So what is that?
So Stoicism is a philosophy that people teach. And
Stoicism is an ancient Greek and Roman philosophy that encourages a simple life, prioritizing virtue over strong emotions.
Right.
and what is virtue? Like having morality, having integrity, knowing like when to have restraint about things in your life.
Yeah.
When to exercise
Stoicism's
discipline.
philosophy is divided into 3 parts: physics, logic, and ethics. It advocates for focusing on what can be controlled and accepting what can't, which can help people manage stress and uncertainties.
For me, the biggest thing that's been interesting about the book is that is really, to me, so far, like the 200 pages I'm in, it's really highlighting like having self-control over the things that happen in your life and knowing what to refrain from, knowing like what is not good for you. I mean, we all know what's not good for us, right? But having the discipline to literally say no and push it away and say, I'm going to do the opposite because it's going to benefit me in the long run. Like it's not just making those decisions, it's understanding the reasoning behind it and why we want to say yes to the indulgence and why we want to, give in to the sin and temptation versus having control, restrainment. And I don't know, it's really interesting. It goes into a lot of like ways of thinking.
I like that.
Yeah.
Little self-help stuff.
Yeah, I like Stoicism. I have a friend who's really into it. But he actually told me about it, Prince. But yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah.
All right.
I got a book I want to finish reading. It's called The Celestine Prophecy from I forgot the author, but my homie Mason put me onto it. He said it's one of his favorite books, and when I was looking into books like a couple years ago, it's actually one of Jay-Z's favorite books too. So
What's it called? The Celibacy Prophet?
no, Celestine Prophecy.
Oh.
Celestine Prophecy
Yeah, I heard it's like
is
really
a
good.
fictional adventure mystery novel by James Redfield.
There we go. Yeah, I gotta finish it.
Explores
Like halfway done, it's
spiritual
good.
and psychological concepts from New Age spirituality and ancient Eastern traditions.
It's pretty dope.
Well, I mean, no, I'm pretty happy Adrian's feeling comfortable with the editing.
Yeah,
If
I feel
anyone
pretty comfortable.
wasn't, or if we've never spoke about it before, I was doing a lot of the editing just to get it going. And
Round of
then
applause for Mikhail because this is no
Yeah.
joke. Seriously.
teaching these guys along the way. They'd come by the following days and they'd put in some time to figure it out. And Adrian's gonna take on a lot of the editing now. And if he has time for reels, obviously he's gonna drop what comes from the heart, whatever comes to him in a dream.
Yep.
And I'll continue to help out with the reels as well. And I want to continue figuring out how to get the show even better and better and better. Such as, you guys will notice, my blanket's gone. My moving blanket, my acoustical blanket is no more. And now, I don't know, what should we call these? Just the 3D diamond Wall, I guess. I don't know. Something
Should
like
let
that.
Lindsay name it because she's good at giving names.
Yeah. Go ahead and bestow a name upon that.
The geometrical wall.
There we go. The
Perfect.
Geo Wall.
That's why we hired you.
Yep. Shout out
And
to white
we
people.
also have the lights. We have lighting in here, so we're gonna tinker around with it. But for now, I think it's gonna help out a lot as far as
It looks better.
not us talking in the dark so much. So, but along with that, like I want to figure out a way to go live while we're doing this as well. Take on questions in real time, just to kind of better figure out ways to connect with people.
No edits on the live.
There is no
I
edits
feel
on
like
the
we gotta
live.
wait. So like if we do like once we get to like 100 followers,
Yeah.
we'll be like, hey, we're gonna go live. Join us this time.
Yes.
If you want to ask a question, we'll
And-
let people know this is record date. Like, be
Right.
ready. We're gonna go live and just let people hop in.
Exactly.
Like I'm not.
I got told
Go
I
ahead.
got told I was mansplaining something one time, and I got so mad
No.
because I know she didn't even know.
Apparently,
what
you're not allowed to do
mansplaining
man
meant.
stuff.
Mansplaining. I was
Guys
like, you don't even know
only
what
or
that
anything.
means.
I know who told you that.
Yeah, I was so mad.
I was
Yeah.
just surprised.
Anywho.
Like, don't say mansplaining. You just learned what it was. That meant, and then you should use it wrong.
I do that all the time.
But use words that you don't know what they mean.
Yeah.
I was so offended because if I was really mansplaining, I'd be like, all right, cool, you're calling me out. But you don't even know what the fuck that means. Like, you just said that because you heard it on fucking the radio. You tell me I'm mansplaining when I know I'm not. Stupid. So we're not talking about that right now.
Everybody's mad.
Yeah.
My turn.
Yeah. Anywho.
It's like an episode of South Park right now.
Right?
And since our last time being together, we last spoke about Kendrick and whether he was a household name. Day before Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Since then, we've had a Super Bowl performance and have had
Those iconic bootcut jeans.
we've had a decent amount
Baby fat.
of debate ever since, especially whether or not he's a household name or not. So, has his performance at all influenced your guys' opinion, one way or another, whether he is or is not a household name?
For me, I think that I can understand if somebody says he's not a household name because a household name is such a big deal. Snoop Dogg, household name. Ice Cube, household name.
Yeah.
Kanye
Dre,
West.
right.
Kanye West.
Right.
Whether
Yay.
for good or
it's
bad.
Yay. Okay.
Good or bad, how you feel about
My
him?
name is Yay.
Everybody knows Kanye West.
Yeah.
Frank brought up a good point. He was like, household name transcends generations. Ice Cube. People from the 90s know Ice Cube. Dr. Dre. People, that is a household
NWA
name.
transcended
NWA.
generations. Yeah.
The guy that brought Eminem out and 50 Cent. Like, the guy
Yeah.
responsible for those careers. Even Kendrick Lamar, the GOAT. That brought those guys
But
out.
even Eminem
Like,
is iconic in his own like.
right. He could be a household. I think Eminem's
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
I
household
think he
name.
transcended.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Everybody
a
knows
good
Eminem.
point.
So to me, I was like, yeah, like I get it. Maybe if you say Kendrick Lamar was not a household name prior to the year that he's having now, I would agree. I don't think I wanted to before, but yeah, I can see it. I always thought that he is top three. He
Right.
is a star.
Say it to this
He's-
camera right here so we get a good clip of you.
No, I mean Kendrick Lamar is to me. I mean, you got to. There was a lot of things we didn't talk about last week, our last recording about the stuff that Kendrick's even done. I mean, the Black Panther. I know you said it was soft, but like the Black Panther soundtrack,
Sure.
he has songs on there that are hits, and it's more of a TDE compilation, more of a TDE, sorry, compilation. But Kendrick's, responsible
Sure.
for that.
His fingerprints all over it.
Yeah, the songs that the
I'm just
songs
saying-
they did with
Yeah.
Baby King, the Hillbillies, like
Okay.
he headlined a lot of festivals
Right. Well, with the Black,
in that time where he was absent.
I was just trying to say with the Black Panther thing, I don't consider that a Kendrick album. Like
Okay.
I don't give him credit for that being his album.
but I'm not okay. I'm not mad at that. I don't think
He had a
I
lot
would
of
say it's a
influence in
Kendrick
it.
album, but
I'll admit that.
because it's such a TDE based,
Sure.
it's more of a TDE compilation, which I would say, all right, cool, maybe not a Kendrick album, but it's definitely a TDE
Sure.
compilation.
And it was in the context of giving him like, he's had this album and this album, Black Panther album. Well, I don't think that's his album.
But no, right, but at the same time too, like I mean, Humble went diamond twice,
What year was that though?
where Humble
Yeah.
just went.
2019.
I don't know,
What,
but I know it
are
just
you
went
asking
double.
what year the song was released,
I
or
don't know that album, right? The
Damn was probably
Or was it
2017.
2020?
Damn album, yeah.
No, Damn, I think it was like 2017,
Okay.
2018.
I feel like that Damn album to
Mm-hmm.
this upcoming was so dead Even probably the Black Panther thing was his best thing, and that wasn't even his album.
during that time.
During that absence period that I'm
Oh,
saying.
But I think there
It
was,
was
a lot.
released 2017.
But also, I think there was a lot of verses, and I think it's just perspectives. Like I
No, for sure.
I followed Kendrick throughout this time, so like I know like
Yeah.
almost every verse he was on that he hopped on, like and even like what led to the Drake beef, right? Which was the like that verse where he says "fuck the big three, it's just big me." Like
He started it.
he started. I mean, he didn't really start it, but
You just said that.
Kid knows. I mean, if we want to know who started it,
You
it was
just-
J.
you
Cole.
just said that. You just said that.
J. Cole started it because he said it's a big three. Is it Aubrey, K. Dot, or is it me?
Was that the
It's on the
first-person shooter?
first person shooter.
Okay, yeah.
So J. Cole like opened that up and considered, which everybody has. Everybody's always said it's a big three. It's Kendrick, J. Cole, Drake. Whichever order you put it in,
Right.
I don't think anybody that's into hip hop will disagree. Like you can have your top three. As long as those three are the top three, I think most people will be like, all right, cool. Like sure, you have your reasons.
You're in the ballpark.
Yeah. Kendrick has always been top three, though. He's even in that time of his disappearance, we'll say like 2019 to 2023.
Yeah.
People still considered him the king, like the greatest the best rapper, like current rapper, but they were waiting for him to drop. Like Jay-Z's never not been the king in New York.
I'd say he's the best rapper. I guess he's like, I don't know, MJ or LeBron, depending on where you land. He's the guy, right? In my opinion.
Yeah.
I don't.
But but to your point earlier, though, Jay-Z hasn't dropped anything since 444 2017.
Right.
And throughout his absence, he's done so much.
Well, I'd go with all time. If you're asking me like
Yeah.
today, that would like change my answers. Like, who's the best rapper today?
Right. Or even favorite rapper. Like you can always
Sure, yeah,
you can always
favorite.
battle like what's the best compared to your favorite.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think the best player in the NBA is probably LeBron, just based on the numbers.
Sure.
My favorite player is Jordan. Like,
Right.
no matter what, I will always pick Jordan over LeBron. But I mean, if you're looking at numbers, you can't argue numbers. Like
Right.
LeBron is the best person to ever lace him up, right? Like we would all agree.
Right. But do you
No
think
one-
Right now, I
better.
don't think he's the best. I think Joker's the best in the NBA.
Of all time, not like currently.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
of all time,
Yeah.
number wise, like it's
He's
LeBron.
beat every record.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, my favorite player is Michael Jordan. Like to me, that's my favorite.
I guess to narrow it down, do you think the Super Bowl performance at all debunked or proven whatever whether he is a household name?
All right. I think that do I agree with the song selection? No. I think he should have done a lot of more of his hits. He should have done Money Trees. He should have done Swimming Pools. He should have done, his hits. But I understand he's more of an artist and he did what he wanted to do. Half the people there probably had never heard of GNX. They probably never even knew what the car
Surprisingly.
was. Surprisingly, they
I
never
was
heard of some of the
surprised.
songs that were on there. Like,
Oh.
so if the standard, like the basic NFL fan who's there to watch a good game in Kansas City, they're not gonna know GNX. They're not gonna know none of that shit that he performed. They're not gonna know Peekaboo, right? Like,
Right.
So I understand why so many people didn't like the performance. You go to the Super Bowl, you want to see hits. You want to see
Right.
the best artists at that time doing their best songs,
Right.
not the best artists at that time doing songs that the message that he's trying to push.
Well,
like, I don't agree with the song selection. I liked it because I'm a fan.
I like
of
it too,
Kendrick.
to be clear.
Yeah,
I do like it.
same.
I'm just saying, just because me and you liked it, and in real time, we were
Yeah, we were all
stoked
here.
watching it.
Yeah.
And we were like, fuck, that was dope.
It was dope. But because
Right.
we are fans of Kendrick,
Sure, yes.
right? But if just the general fan, right? Like
The
to go back to
general-
household name,
Yeah.
the general household in the middle America,
Yeah.
probably had no idea what the songs were.
And that
Probably
was
didn't
all I
enjoy
was
it.
trying to say.
Yeah.
I like Kendrick a lot, and this album has been my favorite, I think it's super dope. I'm still listening to it
Yeah.
on a regular.
Yeah.
But when that household name came up, I was just kind of like,
And
eh.
I had to go back
the
and really
Super Bowl
really
thing-
think like, is Kendrick a house? Probably not.
It was just the Super Bowl kind of highlighted that with
I
how
think
many
now
people were
I would
upset
say
about
now
it.
that he's a household name, whether you like his music or not, because he performed on the biggest stage, the highest watched Super Bowl performance of all time. You have an opinion about it. Everybody has an opinion, but whether you liked it or not, I think everybody knows now who this guy is,
Right.
especially after the year that he had.
Right.
But yeah,
That's fair.
I mean,
All right. That's fair.
I enjoyed the Super Bowl performance.
All right.
Could have been better, but
Could have
as
had
a
J.
fan,
Cole.
as a fan, it was great. Speaking of J. Cole,
That would have been epic, but I mean,
that would
they went.
it would have been cool
subpar.
if J. Cole would have came out and they did like a song together. They have songs together, like
And this one was, I think, very different in the fact that it was only Kendrick. Yeah, he brought Mustard out, DJ Mustard out,
SZA
but
too.
that
and SZA.
and SZA. Okay, but for the most part, all of the other Super Bowls were multiple actor or performers, different genres. They each played, a song or sang on each other's song or whatever. So this one I think was very interesting. The fact that it was just essentially one person.
I think it was more of an artist thing. Like he wanted to send a message, and he used that stage to send his message or to tell a story.
That's fair.
It wasn't about like having. He could have brought,
But I mean,
a
what
lot of
if-
big people out. He
what
could have
if-
brought Lil Wayne out.
Right. What if and especially in New Orleans, right?
Right.
But what if Jay-Z was like, "Hey, we're bringing do you think that Kendrick would have the right to say no, we're not bringing that person out? If Jay-Z is in charge of booking the Super Bowl acts, do you think that if Jay-Z said, "Hey, you have to bring out Lil Wayne," do you think that Kendrick has that say?
Would've
I
brought-
think
Yeah, I think if Jay would have wanted to have Lil Wayne come out, I think Lil Wayne would have came out.
but again, right.
But
I
Lil
mean,
Wayne didn't want to do it.
but I think that that's like where this one is very different in the fact that previously there was at least one artist or one song maybe that everybody knows, whereas this one really was for a certain demographic type of people. There's a lot of people that don't necessarily care for hip hop or
Yeah, I just
listen
don't
to
know if
hip hop
Wayne
or
would've
have any idea what hip hop is.
Done anything for him?
I
for
think
the performance.
I think everybody knows Not Like Us just because of how big of a song it is.
Right.
I think all of the stars, the Black Panther song with Kendrick and SZA, I think that's like an H&M song. Like you hear that in H&M.
Right,
I think there's some
but-
songs that he played that were like everybody knows, like Humble, but then there's a majority of what he played. Nobody knew what that was. Like
Right.
unless you're a Kendrick fan, which
Right. Whereas, like, okay, think back, years before. There was the year with Britney Spears, Aerosmith, Maroon 5. Who else was in there that year?
I'm not. The only one that comes to mind was Beyonce, Maroon 5, and Bruno Mars.
Oh, okay. So
Right.
there for the example that Beyonce.
Or was it Coldplay, Beyonce, Bruno Mars?
Okay.
Something like that.
But there's three different artists. They all three play, a couple of their songs, kind of dance around with each other, do whatever their thing. And so there's, if you don't like Beyonce, sure, maybe you like Coldplay.
There was
If
something for everybody.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas this one, there wasn't really something for everybody. We liked it because we like that music.
I thought the
right?
performance was really the Uncle Sam thing was cool.
Yeah, no, I thought it was cool too. But I mean, I can definitely tell it. I mean, it pissed people off.
Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
I saw it.
Yeah.
I
saw
think
the
people
reactions.
expected more of a performance spectacle. Like Rihanna the year before, when Rihanna did it, she was flying across the stage, well pregnant, like singing. Like and SZA wasn't even singing. Like I get it,
Right.
but for what Kendrick did, if you're a Kendrick fan, you enjoyed it.
Right.
But if you want to just go watch a performance,
I mean, it was the message. The performance was the message, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what made it, to me, as like good as it was the message.
and if you didn't enjoy it, I mean, who are we to say like
right.
that's fine? You didn't enjoy it. Like
That's if you don't
great.
like it,
But
then that's
doesn't-
your time to go get nachos and like
Yeah,
smoke
but for the
break
fans that
or-
enjoyed it, like I thought it was a great performance.
right,
It was cool.
Right.
Yeah.
Could it have been better? Yeah. Would have Lil Wayne made it better? No.
I thought it was
Lil
pretty
Wayne
dope.
live is
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah, I don't think Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne
would've
can't perform.
made
No,
it that
well,
much
because he
better.
freestyles, and so you can't like perform well off of something that you freestyled one time. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't even know what he says himself sometimes.
Lil Wayne
So-
live is it would have been dope to see him because he's from New Orleans and all that. But if that's the case, bring out Master P. Like if you would have
Right.
brought out Master P, they would have done like if you wanted to show love.
I mean,
but
there's a lot of-
he wanted that performance to mean something or to mean whatever. Like it was a performance piece, just like everything Kendrick does.
Yeah.
There's meaning behind it. Just thought like it's not just I'm gonna go rap my hits. It's
Should have brought
bigger
out
than that.
Theo Vaughn.
Right. Aside
Theo
from
Vaughn hated him.
A real
aside from the
Louisiana.
right,
Yeah.
aside from the halftime show, they did a really great job in like representing Louisiana, New Orleans people in the opening ceremony.
I mean,
Yeah,
Master
that
P
was-
came out before the game started.
That was really
Right.
cool. You know, John Baptiste, that was cool. John Baptiste's piano was actually
That was dope.
painted, hand painted by his wife.
That was cool.
And she's also from New Orleans. So,
Very dope.
yeah. I mean, there's New Orleans definitely like I want to get there for sure one day. Like,
It's fun.
yeah.
Shut the fuck up, Adrian. Within your group of guy friends, have any of you ever experienced being interested in the same female? And if so, how did you handle it?
There was a time, yes, me and a friend, we both liked the same girl.
You didn't even have to say his name.
That's why I'm going back.
Edit
So,
it.
yeah,
You can
like,
edit it.
yeah, like we're going back. We liked the same girl. He liked her. She was like a really, really good friend of mine. But he had feelings for her, and I didn't date her. She liked me eventually after. Not to say she wasn't into him, but like eventually it came out like, yeah, like we could have been something, but I didn't pursue it because of my friend who liked her. And then later on, we ended up hooking up after, but that was like a year later.
King shit.
Yeah, you never hooked up with someone that
That's not what the question was.
What was the question?
Within your
Yeah.
your group of guy friends,
Have
have you
anybody
ever
liked the same girl?
being interested
Have you ever liked the same girl? Have you
in the
both?
same female?
I haven't experienced that.
No, that was just that one time.
Eskimo Brothers is different.
Have you ever
Oh, that's
experienced
different. Yeah, we weren't
Yeah.
interested.
that?
Yeah,
Not
we
the same
just-
female, but
No. Like the same dude?
yeah.
No. I don't think so. I don't really.
If I ever came across that, I would just kind of like abort mission. Just 'cause,
Right.
like,
Well-
I don't really
Yeah.
care that much.
Right.
Yeah.
Because when we
Positive.
met and then like we were kind of like flirting or whatever, and then Sal came on shift and you were like, "Oh, this is my friend Sal." And I was like, "Oh, I've been knowing Sal." And
He was a whore, huh?
and you were like, and I was like, "Yeah, he, you know, like I work swing shift sometimes." And you're like, "Oh, okay." Like, but
Did you think
there was
that
like a
Sal
moment
issued
where
you
it
Sal?
flashed.
I don't remember
Yeah.
this, but I mean, I believe I don't remember.
Would
this
you have
Yeah.
thought that Sal like knew her? Because
I would have figured I would have heard about it. At least
That's
I
true.
would-
He-
I
she-
was-
he
I
would've-
heard
I wasn't
about-
interested
he
in
would
it.
have
He would've brought
brought her
No,
around.
we
Yeah,
didn't.
or I just would have
Yeah.
heard
Yeah.
a name at some point. I
Yeah.
hooked up with this chick named.
I mean, it's
whatever.
okay. I'm taller than you, and I know it would have been like
Yeah.
awkward.
Well, you say you are.
so-
I checked the Carfax.
You say you are, but-
I checked the Carfax.
Yeah.
I asked enough people
Sal is a solid 5'11".
in the
Thank you.
casino.
Thank you, Adrian.
on a good day with this.
Solid 5'11".
I have a lot of good days.
That was like a good thing about so many people working there. There was enough people to ask in different places
That's your
check
Carfax?
the Carfax
Yeah.
to see if things match up. You guys don't check the Carfax? Sometimes you gotta check the Carfax.
Yeah.
Next message. Do you have a girlfriend? Clearly, this is not for me. And what kind of girls do you like?
This is for Lindsay.
This is Lindsay.
Yeah, I want to know, Lindsay, what kind of girls? Like, do you have a girlfriend? Like, I'm trying to date her, and I'm trying to find my wife.
Man, I don't.
I am dating to marry.
All of my girlfriends are married.
All right, skip the subject.
Yeah.
Next question.
I had one other girlfriend, but she was crazy, and so
Wait,
you know.
that's fine. What do you mean? Crazy? How crazy?
No, somebody else at this table already. Like,
Oh,
Whoa, Miklo, what
shout out, shout out, Lil Wayne.
I didn't catch the comment before
Shout
that.
out,
What was
shout
it?
out, shout out, Lil Wayne.
What was it?
he was like, "Oh, she's a little crazy. Tell me about her." And I was like, "Oh, somebody at this table already."
Yeah,
I was like, how dare you?
Your friend
Miklo?
was crazy?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
you know
somebody at
what,
the
friend?
table already hooked up with her.
Yeah.
Oh.
How dare you, Miklo? You're a married man.
You filthy.
Yeah.
animal.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's a no. No one. You. So if someone's genuinely curious, you two do not have girlfriends.
No.
Okay, and what?
No, I do
so
not.
then the
Girlfriend.
second part of the question was, what type of girls are you into?
Yeah.
Anything with a vagina.
No,
I would. Jeez, Louise.
no. I am looking to date somebody that could bring around my family, somebody that is, like has their shit together, and just all around just cool. Like if my kid likes you, then he has a good bullshit meter. If Julian likes you, then
Hold on. How long do you typically wait to?
that's the problem. It's gonna take you a while to meet Julian.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna take you some time to meet Julian.
So then
because I'm
what
not
if,
just gonna bring random people around my kid. Like,
right.
And if he
so
has a
what
good
if
gauge,
you get invested, it takes you 4 or 5 months to bring this
that's
chick
fine.
around.
I
But
think
then
5 months
but
is-
then Julian is like, fuck, like, no, dad, then you break it off with her?
yeah, go home.
Okay.
Yeah, go home, kick rocks.
All right.
Because my kid
Respect.
is
Curfew.
Yeah,
Respect. Right.
curfew. Shout out
Right.
COVID. No, my kid, his opinion matters to me when
Right.
it comes to like, because that will. I mean, even he's getting older, and like the idea of a stepmom is less like. I don't know. I never needed a step parent
Right.
to help me parent him.
Yeah.
He's gonna grow up.
Well,
he had like step
you and
parents
his
with
mom
mom's side.
co-parent pretty well.
Right, we
Yeah.
co-parent great.
The point is of the question was more so like what kind of maybe qualities in a girl you're looking for, I guess. More
Quali-
so
So
about the girl.
qualities are like music, be into music.
What any specific kind of music? Because I mean, she could be into metal and like,
I'd be open to going to like if she's like in the Slipknot, but the head is fire. I'm going.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. She's got a strong neck if she can headbang,
Yo,
right?
imagine the head. If she goes to Slipknot shows and she's like this,
Headbang.
that head is fire.
Yeah.
I believe
So
it.
I'm with it.
That's fire.
Yeah. But I mean, can we just get along? Like, can we just get along? Like,
Sal can't believe what he's hearing.
Oh man, that's awesome.
yeah.
All right.
We did not answer that question.
Yeah, what kind of girls are you into? What qualities are you looking for?
Yeah. So what do you like?
I think people like you go through evolutions in your life,
That's
and
a big
when you're in your early 20s or your mid 20s, you
Big
look
word
for
meter.
a way different thing out of a woman. Now, the stage I'm at in my life, I want a woman that I can like build with, and what I mean by build with is like
Legos.
yeah, well, Legos, but also like maybe a business or real estate. In terms of like characteristics or qualities,
You want to build like a kingdom, an empire.
yeah,
You want to like,
but I want to do that with somebody by my side.
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
I want us to both be working toward that and both want that, And then in terms of qualities, like I want somebody who's very kind, very selfless, just does has a very genuine, sweet heart.
Yeah.
And then also somebody that I can be adventurous with. I like to be outdoors, but then also somebody that I could just like, hey, let's go grab a beer at the bar after we get off work.
I think so.
and
You
go watch a show.
Yeah, you definitely need somebody who's like with a kind heart, but you also need somebody who's gonna call you on their shit, on
Yeah.
your shit. You need somebody who
Yeah, you
has
like that. You do like that.
Yeah, you need like somebody with a backbone on top of it. Like
You're gonna
not
get bored
just-
of having the yes girl.
Yeah, she definitely needs
I
to
think
be
everybody
smart.
does.
Yeah.
You know,
I don't- nobody
like
wants-
you need to be able to have a conversation. I mean, that goes with any I
Yeah.
think person.
That's
but
something that I've talked to Mikhail a lot about in the past, and Adrian. Like, I need somebody that can mentally stimulate my mind. Because
Oh,
I've
yeah,
I've
it's so
dated
important.
women that
It's so
don't
important.
don't have any, and they're like boring conversations or benign conversations, and I lose interest.
word.
But if I'm with somebody who
it's
can-
just surface level.
I can't.
yeah,
stand
but
benign-
if I'm with
benign
somebody
bitches.
who can ask me deep personal questions and really match that level of mental stimulus, I'm very intrigued.
stimuli.
But you are always striving for something better, and
Yeah.
that's like you need somebody who's like equal
Yeah.
to you in that, and always wanting to like there's more for you in life,
I'm
or
a
there's more.
perfectionist. It's good and it's bad.
And that's
Yeah.
always been our argument is that I've always told you stop dating down.
Yeah.
Date women higher or at your level. But I mean that's a deeper darker.
I mean, I
like
think
CSI,
that
deeper darker.
that should go with anybody. You know, like you should always be like looking to like improve yourself. And I think that was like something with being with Mikhail was like his work ethic is like above anybody that I have ever met before in my life. And I don't want to say that, but he's got a really high work ethic. And he always gets shit done. He, like he made me want to do that too. He made me want to be a better person. He made me like want to be a better mom. There's
That's awesome.
and I think that should go both
your partner
ways.
inspires you. Your partner
Yeah.
should inspire you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
There's a question in here that I'm gonna add with this because I think based on how you guys ended it, I think would go well. And the question posed is: are you guys more afraid to be alone, or are you guys more afraid to be with the wrong person?
Oof. I'm afraid to be with the
The
wrong,
wrong
person,
person,
because I'm
yeah.
comfortable
Think
being
about it.
alone. I'm comfortable being alone.
Me too.
I've grown to be comfortable in my own space. I wasn't like that before though. Like when me and when that my last like crazy long relationship ended, I didn't know how to be alone. I needed to learn to be alone because it was easy to just go and date somebody else.
I mean,
So you're
you've
more
been,
afraid
you've
to be
been
with the
single
wrong
now
person.
for a minute.
You guys.
For me, the longest time I always said my biggest fear was marrying the wrong woman
Yes,
and having
it's
kids with the wrong
terrifying.
woman.
Yes.
But I think that's shifted over time. I think every year that I get older, every birthday that passes, I think I'm more afraid of being alone than being with the wrong person. I know that's crazy to say because for a long time it was always like, I don't want to marry the wrong woman. I don't want to have kids with the wrong woman. I don't want to raise kids in 2 different households. And I still feel that way. But if you're asking me, I think
One or
right
the
now,
other, yeah.
it might the being alone might trump that right now.
But you might be with the right person, but you might be with a person, but still feel alone. You know what I mean? Like there's probably plenty of people that are married who don't feel like they have a connection with their significant other, but they just don't want a divorce.
I don't know. I think at a certain point, man, when like
Just say fuck it and figure it out.
not fuck it, but like if you have a good woman in front of you, right, that checks like almost all your boxes, you're never gonna find somebody that checks every box.
Right.
That perfection isn't real, right? We all strive to be better.
Yeah.
But if you find a woman that checks most of your boxes, I think at a certain point, if you want certain things out of life, i.e. a wife and kids, you just got to make a decision. You got to
Right.
pull the Band-Aid off and say, I'm going to go all in with this person.
Well, and
we're gonna see what happens.
Part of being in a relationship is compromise.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like you have to decide what are your non-negotiables and like what can you live with.
What are
You know what I
What
mean?
are some
Like-
non-negotiables for you guys? Well, not for you. I mean, what for? I mean, you guys are.
I think that's fair though to ask
Right.
that.
Yeah.
because,
True.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys.
They're
so
married,
what
so
was
what
some?
are-
Yeah.
What were
What are
some
cardinal sins?
Yeah,
like
in
because in
marriage.
this sense, what has she? What made me say yes to her, and vice versa.
Yeah.
You said like cardinal sin?
Right. Like, what are some non-negotiables? Like, you know what? I would never.
Cheating's
date
obvious,
you.
right? That doesn't count. That doesn't count,
That
right?
doesn't count. But like, what are some things that that you do or you partake in, or that your partner does, and you're like, no, like I can't. fuck with you.
I
Like, you
need.
smoke cigarettes
I
or like
well,
know.
no, not
What
as not necessarily as shallow as that, but it goes. I think
is that
with,
shallow though?
I think so because
Yeah?
it's gonna be under the umbrella of what I'm about to point out, and I
Okay.
think it's because I think I need you to be open with your conversation enough and not so close minded.
Open-mindedness is very sexy.
I think you
attractive.
need to at least hear me out, consider what I'm saying,
Okay.
and like what I would like is for you to at least try, because I'm hoping that I at least requested something that was
Well, again,
reasonable enough.
I think
compromise.
you.
I think we just want to be
Yeah.
heard. Like
Sure.
if you just hear me out and hear my opinion,
Yeah.
you don't have to agree or even change. But if you hear me out, like damn, that means a
But
lot
if
to me.
if
Like,
I ask
you took
you,
the time to hear me out.
or if I tell you like, hey, I really don't like the cigarette thing, like I think it's a real turnoff. I think the smell is gross. I think, I
This
don't
is
wanna,
a real like
Yeah.
thing that we went through.
oh
Right.
shit, really?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
I mean, because when we met, I was solely vaping. I had quit cigarettes by vaping. I was like getting the juice or whatever, the
Yeah.
nicotine juice. And by the time that I met him, I was like tapering down to 0.
Okay.
Like,
And
and there were a couple of times when, like getting drunk, I just like had a cigarette or whatever. And he brought it up and was like, that's just something that I like don't
Yeah.
go for at all. And
I don't like cigarettes.
I didn't smoke again.
And I
Like,
think it's fair to not necessarily demand, you know what I mean? Like crazy, like get super like I'm demanding you do this. It's more like expressing the way you feel about it and then why you feel that way about it. And hopefully you've thought about it enough and are able to articulate it enough so that when I tell that person, or if you tell that person, they can at least see where you're coming from. And
Just see where I'm coming from is enough for me.
yeah, is
I'm fucking damaged.
considering that person's
issues.
considering right?
That's a real right there.
Considering that person's feelings and taking
man.
action.
Right.
Because you can talk about you know, he can tell me all day long, hey, I don't like the cats. But then it comes to a certain point where
Shout
it's
out
just
the
like
cats. Shout out Charlie.
disrespect
Yeah.
to like not take action or to, you know,
There's
like,
gonna be a crossroad at some point. Either I'm gonna remove myself or she's gonna remove herself.
and right. And I mean, but it also goes both ways, you know, where there's been things where I've been like, hey, I need help around the house. You gotta like help me figure it out, do something, take out the trash, like because I'm drowning. You know, like I feel like
But
I'm
that
like,
shouldn't be hard though. Like I feel like most, I don't know. We're all.
But I
I don't
mean,
want to say domesticated, but like,
but then,
we
but
clean, we
listen,
cook.
Right.
but
Like,
listen, because if it came to the point where I'm telling him like, look, I need help around the house, and he's like,
Yeah.
I see where you're coming from, but I'm just not gonna do it.
I can just turn around and be
Oh,
like,
yeah,
well, I do this and I do this and I do this. Why do I got to do this?
Right.
Yeah.
And instead, we should look at where she's coming from. Even if you feel like you're doing a lot,
It's compromised.
you
That's
still,
compromise, right?
It's still not enough for
Acknowledgement
your,
and
part, for your
compromise.
partner.
right,
Yeah.
because
And-
there's, I mean, this person, this relationship, you know, is a benefit more than it's not.
supposed to be.
Yeah, it's, and I mean that goes with like he's my best friend. We pretty much do everything together.
There's two parents.
There's two parents, right? We discuss what we're gonna do with the kids before we, you know, do things. We're on the same wavelength for most of the most of the stuff. But if I'm not considering how he's feeling or he's not considering about how I'm feeling, it's not gonna work. You know, like
Yeah.
that's why women in the 50s, housewives in the 50s weren't happy, you know, like that's why they were on Quaaludes because
They were on Quaaludes.
yeah.
Wolf
So-
of Wall Street.
Aren't they all cheating on their husbands too? Those goddamn whores.
Well, the husbands,
I think you made
it-
that. I think you
yeah.
made that part up.
Yeah, the husbands were cheating on the wives, supposedly.
South Bay men don't cheat.
According to
Wait.
Mad Men.
South Bay men don't cheat.
So really, you asked cardinal things, right? I guess. What about you guys? Is there anything cardinal wise other than
Dirty feet.
so hygiene?
Yeah. Hygiene is important.
Don't worry, I got you, bro.
Thank you.
For me, a non-negotiable would be like I need somebody who has
Trump supporter.
a brain that can like have a conversation, because I mean I've dated
Yes.
people for looks and it's like it's really frustrating for me, just like not having common sense, not like kind
Yeah.
of the
No, I
thinking
agree.
ahead thing, like
Yeah.
god damn,
I can't
like,
date a dumb girl.
yes, I
Or
can't
immature.
do dumb.
Immaturity
Yeah.
is so.
Yes.
For me, the cardinal sins would be obviously cheating, but I think a big one for me too is if you don't respect my family. Like,
Oh well,
like
I'm
you
talking
can't
about
come
like
around, and I don't mean, and what I mean by
Yeah.
don't respect
Prior
my
to
family
that,
is like
though.
if you like if I introduce you to an uncle or an aunt or my mom, and you're nice, but you're not really talkative. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But like if you're disrespectful, like you don't acknowledge
Yeah, you don't
them,
disrespect my
you don't
family.
say hi to them,
Yeah,
you don't like being around or wherever with my family. You're like in the corner on your phone. Like that's
Yeah.
mad disrespectful.
Yeah.
you don't
Because
do
I will
that.
never do that to her family.
Family is so
I will
important. I think to
always
all of us.
try to engage with her family, even if I don't
Right.
know what the hell they're
Right.
talking about. Like I'm gonna try to fit in. I'm gonna try to be a part of the family, because it's to me it's important, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's really big.
Is that if someone maybe just wasn't close to their family like that and maybe just never knew, would that be something you're willing to explain to them? Like, hey, just so you know, I thought it was kind of rude. You were just off on the side.
Yeah, I've
You
had those.
prob-
I've had
Yeah.
those conversations before.
Yeah, you can definitely.
Yeah.
You probably do it with your family, but just so you know, I don't like it. If you don't mind, like
I think because
please.
family's so important to like all of us. Like
I've had those
it's-
conversations before, and I got different responses. One response, well, I've only had that conversation I think once or twice.
Yeah.
With the girl that I was dating, and one time it was very receptive, like, oh, I know
Yeah,
that's just
yeah.
not how I am with my family,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I'll make it a point now to, like, okay, and then from there was effort,
Right.
But then there's also been not any change, and that relationship ended.
automatic.
Yeah, because I'm not like I'm good.
Because then that's
I
going to
can't deal with
transfer
that.
into anything. You know?
Well, and
That
then
goes into
It also
parenting.
makes me. It also makes me think.
Yeah.
What type of mother are you going to be?
Yeah.
Is this
Partner.
the type, do you want to be
Anything.
like that with our kids and extended family? Like,
I mean, we're still we're not old, right? Like we're getting older, but
speak for yourself.
you're a year older than me. Like, right? You're 36.
Oh,
37?
dude, I'm 30. I'm 45.
But you're 6. But you're 6 feet. You're 6 feet also. So
No, I'm not.
Middle age.
But like, do you want kids still?
Absolutely.
Right. So I do too.
Absolutely.
Like I want another kid. Right. So
I want.
what does
I
that
want
mean
two,
for me? Like
at
that.
least two.
But that also means like the girls that I'm dating now, like I have to look at that. Like if you already have kids, like, and I see how you are as a parent, if I don't I don't like you go out every weekend, even though you have your kid on that weekend, like, all right, I'm not gonna take you serious.
Right.
We'll hook up, we'll go out, we'll have fun. I'm not gonna take you serious because I don't respect you as a mother.
Right.
The women I take serious are the women that are great mothers, great people. Because like I want to eventually, if I like you, like we're gonna eventually have kids because I want another kid.
But I feel like that's like bare minimum to just.
Yeah, but the women out here, the single dating pool,
I know,
the
and
bare
that's like
minimum is
what's so
trash.
sad. It is really sad. Just
Yeah.
like some of
Bunch
these
of
people
illegal
out here
fish
should
everywhere.
not be, should not be parents.
The
But
flock is definitely thinning out.
you know, like
Yes.
to me, like that just kind of reflects like as the person you are. You know, if you're treating your kids poorly, you're probably not like the type of person
And I've met
that
a
I want to
couple.
be around anyway.
I've met a couple where I'm like, oh my god, like you are a great mother, you are beautiful, like, and then I just fucked it up because I have a habit of
fucking it up.
fucking it up,
Yeah.
self sabotaging shit. Yeah, But
Shout out to all you illegal fish.
the illegal
my
fish in the dating pool.
All right.
That's what Adrian said.
I'll take us to the next question. Favorite memory as a friend group?
Oh man,
Where do I start?
You too, because I
Man.
mean, you've gone out with us, pertaining to us.
Yeah.
You think about it. I want to think about it.
I got so many.
What's your favorite? Is there a favorite? What's the first? What's the first one that comes to mind? I don't know.
For me, the first thing that comes to mind, I think it was you.
Uh-huh.
I want to say it was Mikhail.
Okay.
We are in Beverly Hills
Oh God.
with a bunch of nice people that are dressed.
What a story.
A lot of people are
That's one of
dressed.
the first ones
A
that
lot
comes
of
to
people
mind,
are
too.
dressed up, super nice, formal. We are on Rodeo Drive.
Yeah.
We went to Rodeo Drive to look at. Everyone is dressed up.
Class.
Then you have
Nothing but Ferraris and Lamborghinis
then
driving
the
down the
seven
road.
of us pull up in a minivan and a Honda Civic and
clubs.
bro clubs.
Yeah.
About 2 sizes too big.
Dickie shorts.
Dickie shorts. Yep. And
Cortez.
We didn't rent
no
I thought this
Cortez.
was when we rented the Yukon.
no, this was the other time where we all went, and then one of our friends who will not be named had to take a shit, and he took a shit in a Rodeo Drive bathroom, and I'm pretty sure it was Mikhail that kicked the door in, and we all laughed
got
at
a
him.
picture.
Thinking, we have a picture.
Yeah.
Because he was in the big stall, the handicap stall. He
was in-
couldn't get up to shut the door.
It was so
Yeah.
far from the
He
toilet.
couldn't do nothing. He couldn't do nothing but do this.
Oh, there was a photo. There was a photo.
Insert
snap.
photo here. Please send me that picture because it's in
don't
your
know
bio.
if I have
you
it
have
anymore.
it. You have it.
It's not on my phone.
No, it's in your
Oh,
drawer. You have the physical photo. You have the physical
We gotta check.
We went through
We gotta check
photo.
with that brother first. if he wants that picture
Yeah,
being
yeah,
put on
that's
the
true.
podcast.
Yeah, that's
Ricky,
true.
fuck you. No,
You just said you didn't want to name them, and
Oh my goodness.
that to
You're
me,
killing yourself
because,
with the edits.
because that trip was just so much fun. Like
it was.
it was one. It wasn't my favorite. Like I mean, I have so many memories.
That one
with
was
you guys.
great when we rented the Yukon.
Yes,
that one was
that
great.
Trip was fun.
Yeah, I think
Going
about that
swimming
too.
with Andres and Daryl in the pool at the Best Western, like
Yeah,
those are so random. Like you doing the hookah upside down.
yeah.
Like
Yeah.
why Ricky made a feast in the microwave.
Yeah.
With mozzarella sticks, pizza rolls,
It was
like,
all like
all
frozen
microwave
snack foods. Yeah,
But Ricky was the chef. He chefed it up. And, like, dude, my best memories are like with you guys. Like I can go on for you.
Yeah. It's hard to pick.
It's hard to
favorite.
pick my favorite.
There's
like-
a lot of memories that are like of us back in post high school going to like parties and stuff.
Oh, that's not even-
Okay, let's talk about the TJ days.
No, let's just talk about hanging out of your house.
Yeah.
Playing hide and go seek and baby
Yeah.
cakes hiding behind the tree. And as soon as we're done counting to go look for him, he's just behind the tree is this big and baby cakes is this big. He just hides behind
literally
the
was like, I could see you behind the tree,
Yeah.
and then Cakes was like, "No, you can't."
yeah. And
you see his bonsai hanging.
Yes. You see all bonsai, you just see the tree. He's like this. You don't see me.
No, you can't.
Yeah. And then Ricky in the other house on all fours. And we're like, Ricky, there you are. He goes, yeah.
Yeah. What about when we were playing Monopoly in the living room and
Oh,
we were
fuck
all
yeah, I hate
drinking?
playing Monopoly
We were
with
all
you.
drinking Four Locos.
Oh, we told your mom they were
And
energy
mind
drinks?
you, this is back when Four Locos were like Four Locos. And my mom comes out and she's like, Mijo, what are you guys playing?
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, we're playing Monopoly. What are you guys drinking? Oh, these are energy drinks.
At that time, we were wrong.
You know.
Yeah.
I hope you guys know. You have to know this. My mom didn't believe a fucking word we said.
I love that.
No,
She's
no,
so
she
dumb.
didn't.
When we
Yeah.
answered the question, we were
Mary-
slurring
Mary-
our speech. We were hammered.
Yeah.
Their energy drinks. Oh man.
Oh,
That I remember that night. That night was
yeah.
fun.
Mine easy one is the junkyard.
Oh,
I wasn't
Junkyard
there
party.
for those nights.
junkyard.
Junkyard
Yeah,
party
I
was
was
crazy.
not there for the junkyard party.
It was so crazy and so
okay,
like
neither
scary
was
at the same time.
I was not there for those
Yeah.
nights.
And there were so many like snapshots in my head of what happened, and that just kind of sums up like
Yeah.
Andres fell. He was dancing on top of the hood of a beetle, right?
Yeah.
A beetle, and he fell. Literally just fell and landed right on his ass, and then hopped right back up
I
and started
caught him.
doing his.
Wait,
I caught him.
Wait.
I
What-
was so drunk. I don't even know how I had the reflexes to catch him.
And then he
He
hopped back up.
slipped off the hood, and somehow I caught him. Don't even ask me how I
Wait.
even saw that.
What about the time where Daryl fell asleep on the beer pong table in the middle of a game? He said, "Fuck their game," and he just went and fell asleep on the table.
I think
in
he
the
like
middle
knocked
of a
cups
game.
over too.
Just
And
fell
just-
asleep
and
on
then-
their
and they're
table.
in the middle playing beer pong, and they're
Yes.
just like, "Yo, what are you doing?"
That led to the fight that we got into that night where you
Yeah.
got sucker punched.
Yeah.
And then I drove to San Clemente. That was that night. Yeah.
You got hit so hard you had to drive to San Clemente or what?
Yeah.
I got sucker punched so bad. He's like, "I'm out," and he drove to San Clemente.
Like a different county.
That was a wild night.
He's using his calculator trying to make phone calls.
No, that was another night.
Oh.
But yes, that did happen. I'd used the iPod thinking it was an iPhone. I opened up the calculator and I was like trying to call
man.
my cousin.
What about? Did you already say yours?
Yeah,
I think you said the Yukon.
The Yukon one was
Okay.
the first
That's
one.
your
that came to mind.
favorite. That's your favorite.
I don't know if it's my favorite. But
It's hard,
It's
right?
one
Yeah,
that comes to
it's-
mind, right?
honestly, there's hundreds.
Yeah.
But when you said,
Yeah.
what's the first thing that come to mind? I think the Yukon trip.
Yeah. What about you?
I don't have that many with like
don't-
all of us involved.
Mexico
Was
was
there a
dope.
favorite? Yeah, I mean,
He
it
wasn't
doesn't-
there.
But it doesn't.
Well, no,
well,
I'm-
he wasn't there for necessarily mine either.
Yeah, I wasn't
Yeah.
there for the junkyard.
Mexico's up there for me too.
Mexico was great.
The party bus was pretty fun.
For his birthday.
Oh,
Yeah.
that was really fun.
You know, minus one person being on the party bus, but otherwise it was
I
pretty
was about
fun.
to say a lot of people got upset when that took that turn, but
Yeah.
I had a great time.
I mean,
still.
it was like,
yeah, I had a good time.
Jeez, they were treating him like he was Trump.
Yeah, worse.
oh my
Baby
god.
cakes were so mad.
Yeah, there were a lot of people were mad. I'm like, Miko, you good? Are you mad
I
about
was
this? He's
great.
like, I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm great.
I get it. I get it though.
Yeah.
Okay,
Me and Mikao went to the bathroom with that.
But I mean, it
person.
was
I didn't know
It
what
was
to
fun
expect. I
going
was
to-
waiting in line. I thought we were about
it
to do
was fun
something
going to
cool.
Punch
Cocaine?
Bowl, and then
Colombian
where
Bam
else
Bam.
did we go? We went to Park.
He got me into the
left
club
from
with a hat
Park.
on, so-
I left you guys at Park. I just
we went to
took
Punch
off.
Bowl. Didn't we go to a brewery or something?
I have no idea. I
Yeah,
don't-
we did. That's where we picked up the bridal party.
Yes,
brewery?
we picked
went
up.
to a
We
brewery?
yes, we
Yeah,
went to Ballast Point.
Yeah,
Then we got the bridal party
where
to
we got
come
the
with
bridal
the
party, yeah.
yes, yes.
We had a bridal power
I-
or bridal power jump on the bus with us.
Yeah.
Right.
And
I
then went to the
remember that.
next spot,
We
right?
went to
Yeah.
Park.
And then they left.
We went to Park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think they went.
They
in.
left
But-
because of our friend who was really, really drunk. Who started saying some wild shit. To
The
them.
guy I caught off the hood of the car.
Yes.
Oh, got it.
No, that was fun. Or I think we went downtown another night for Cake's birthday. We went to the Mezcal bar, and then we
yeah.
went
Yeah.
to
That was fun. That was
Coin
like
Up?
early
That was
on.
old.
downtown Coin Up.
I think
Is that
so.
when we all had
Yeah.
dinner at the long table?
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
With the
fun.
dinosaur
Yeah.
drinks. Yeah, with the drinks.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then that was a fun night.
That was cool.
Yeah.
Man, I can name so
So-
many more.
Call
It's hard, yeah.
call Cakes real quick.
Right now?
Ask him.
That's actually
That's what we said. Don't do it.
What's up?
What's up, Bobby? Hey, we have a question for you. We're recording on the podcast right now, just so you know you're live, so don't say nothing crazy.
No, I will edit it.
But yeah, that's true. We can edit it. We want to know, what is your favorite memory with the boys? That was the question, right?
Like as a friend.
Yeah, like as a friend group, what is your
I
favorite?
think
As
he was
long,
sleeping.
what was the question? The
Yeah, why
question,
you wake him up for this?
Well, you told me to call him.
I said no. Look at the time, and you're like, "Fuck that."
Oh yeah, love you, Papa. But we want to know, like, the question was, what it like for me? My favorite memory was Ricky taking a shit at Rodeo Drive when Macau kicked the door in.
I don't even know if I kicked the door, and it was probably already unlocked.
Yeah, I think he just pushed it open.
You kicked the door in mid push.
Yeah, mid push, you kicked the door in Macau.
All right, to be literal.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
So-
locked.
Gordo, we want to know, what is your favorite memory of just like a boys trip?
We went up to Six Flags and then spent the day in
That's yours.
The
Beverly
Yukon trip.
Hills,
Yeah.
Yep.
Hollywood Boulevard.
The Yukon trip.
Same trip, yeah.
Because we went to Six Flags and we had a blast at Six
I had
Flags.
the privilege of testing the knife.
That's when you cut yourself.
Cut himself with a knife.
Yep.
He said,
Yeah.
he said I had
Seeing if it
the,
was
he said
sharp.
I had the privilege of testing the knife.
Hey,
When
dude,
you-
I almost got a job there at that store.
You were like, yeah, this is sharp.
While his tongue was bleeding.
Wait, was that the same trip
No,
where
that
you were
was his
making
hand.
fireballs? Wait, was that the time that Baby Cakes was making fireballs in line at Tatsu?
I think so.
Was that the same trip?
That was Six Flags.
But that was Six
Yeah.
Flags. That was, oh no, it was not very
With the
fun.
lighter.
Yeah, when he
No,
burned
that
it.
was Six Flags. Tattoo is Six Flags.
That was
folks.
Six Flags. It was
Yeah.
the line
Right,
of
but
Tatsu.
was that the same trip? So that's when you burned your
Yeah.
mustache off.
Yeah, that's when I came up with the new trick, lighting my whole fucking face on fire.
Right. Yeah. That's why ever since then his mustache has not grown the same.
with the new trick.
Yeah, my face hasn't been the same, dude.
That's why he has a taper in the middle of his
Yo,
mustache.
he's half asleep, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him
All right,
go back
Papa.
to
Well,
bed.
I'll let you
man.
get back to sleep, Papa. We love you.
I told him not to call. I'm
Love you
sorry.
guys.
We just wanted to see how you're doing.
Oh, he hung up. Dude, that.
What a dick.
Can't do that again,
Danielle is
brother.
probably like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
Danielle is mad.
Yeah.
God.
There's video evidence of this, okay?
God.
We call Rick right now.
This
Let's go.
guy.
No, don't do
It's
that.
midnight.
Jeez.
Let's, see,
No.
let's just see if Rick
it's
answers.
midnight.
Let's just see if he answers.
Oh my god.
Let's just see. Hold on.
Come so we cut this guy out.
Let's just see if he. It's midnight over there. Rick's already asleep by 10 anyway.
Yeah,
He might answer though. Let's
by
see.
9.
But even if he answers, you might be waking him up. It's like,
No?
that's not
I mean, who? People don't sleep with their phone on.
Rick would.
silent?
If I called him at midnight, it wouldn't be a surprise to him.
So he shouldn't answer.
He's not going to answer. He's going to sleep.
good for Rick.
Good.
Shout out Rick. Hold up.
Rick
Oh,
Ahina.
oh.
Good.
Oh.
All right.
All right. Next question.
Next question. All right.
All right. Next question.
Next question. Everybody got memories.
We got so many more.
Save it.
Yep.
Save it.
Oh, you know what's another good memory?
Oh my god, yeah. Go
The
ahead.
something like
Charger
that?
game.
Oh yeah.
I wasn't there either.
Yeah, that was a good
That
day.
was Eddie, Daryl, Aaron.
So that was
Sal?
when Eddie cut his mouth with a knife. So there was 2 times
Oh
he cut.
yeah, because he was licking the like mustard
Okay,
or
that's what I
something.
thought.
off
No,
of
he
the-
was licking chocolate. He used the knife to cut open like a pack of cookies.
Why didn't I go
Yes.
that night?
And he
Why didn't I
got,
go that day?
I don't know, but he got chocolate on the knife.
Yeah.
And he thought it was a good idea to lick the chocolate
yeah.
off the knife.
But he cut his knife
and cut
for his
his he cut his mouth right here on the side
Yeah.
where it wouldn't stop bleeding because it was like on a
Yeah.
crevice.
Yeah.
And he's like, his response was like, "Well, if I just keep drinking, it'll stop." And I'm like,
No.
you know that like alcohol thins your
thins
blood.
Doesn't make sense.
He's like, no, eventually it'll stop. And he just kept drinking, and it did stop.
Yeah.
It did stop. He's
He was onto something.
He was right.
He's a philosophizer.
That was a Charger
Tampa Bay.
Buccaneers game.
Yeah.
Buccaneer. All
And
right.
Eddie's out
That
there
was a good
wearing
time.
all head
It was
to toe black.
The last season before they left San Diego.
Yeah.
Almost one of the last
That was
games,
at
right?
Qualcomm, right?
That was like
Yeah.
Qualcomm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last game.
I remember
That
I
was a
didn't go
good
to that
time,
game,
too.
but I
Yeah.
remember that
Wasn't Uncle John
time.
there?
I didn't go.
I don't remember.
I think Uncle John. was.
Uncle John was probably there if you guys went to it.
Probably.
Fuck,
But I just
even
remember we lost.
dude, even
right?
if we just say
We
what's
did
our favorite
lose.
Uncle John memories, like we can go like
save
yeah.
that. Save
yeah,
it.
like that's a whole
Yeah,
other
yeah,
topic.
save
that's,
it,
like,
that's another hour.
that's another yeah.
I'll bring him on the show one day.
I would love to have Uncle John on here.
That's when we'll get canceled.
Next. We got to do it. Next question. How do you guys deal with heartbreak?
I don't.
I cry for weeks and talk to Adrian about it.
Honest gentleman. I like it. I like it.
Yeah,
That may or may not have happened before.
that has definitely
I-
happened.
Pretend like it didn't happen. Just walk away.
I don't
Yeah.
think
And
I
just keep it, bury it deep down
Mikhail-
inside
I
until
don't-
I,
I don't-
Never bring it up.
Yeah.
until I
Mikhail
cry in
finds
my
the next
sleep.
girl to hang out with.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
Like
think I've
cry in my
allowed.
sleep.
I don't think I've allowed myself to get heartbroken. I
yeah,
did before you could
I've-
break my heart.
You know what
Honestly,
it is? If I had to psychoanalyze myself, I probably at a young age dealt with that probably with
Right.
like
'Cause I've had my heart
dad
broken.
things, right?
Right.
Trying to be like, all right, I don't need him or I don't
Yeah.
need that.
Yeah.
So I think I probably have a switch where if I get to that point where I get denied, I'll
I'm
probably
leaving.
go back there.
I'm leaving
and
before you leave
and
me.
I
Yeah.
try to like push it away
Yes,
before it hurts
that's my
me
problem.
and
Yeah,
takes
yeah.
My
over.
problem.
Because I
I-
probably dealt with that already as a
Right.
kid. you
I've
know?
dealt
You
with-
just psychoanalyze me too.
Yeah, I've dealt
I do
with
the
that.
same thing.
Yes,
Yeah?
I
Okay,
am
so
very
then
guilty
I
of
push
that.
people
where
away.
I push you away. I'm not gonna let you leave me.
I know,
I'm
'cause I-
I'm
'cause I
gonna
left you
leave.
first.
I'm gonna
See,
leave before
yeah.
you leave.
100%,
Right?
that's my
Yeah, I'm
mentality.
gonna leave before you leave me, or
Yeah.
I'm gonna hurt you before you hurt me. I'm not gonna allow you to hurt.
Because
me.
then I made the decision. I had the power.
Right.
Right.
But I'm not
You
gonna
didn't
let
hurt me.
because
you
I've
were-
already been
Because
hurt.
we've
Like,
already
I've-
been in a
I'm not doing
situation
that
where we
shit.
weren't in control.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think I've only been heartbroken once, and
Yeah,
it
I've
was
been
like
heartbroken. It fucking
literally
sucks.
the first like boyfriend that I had kind of thing, and he
Yeah.
broke up with me over the phone on Christmas Eve. Okay,
What a
and
dick.
so I was heartbroken because then you're also on winter break. You know what I mean? So you're like sitting there all alone, like. But yeah, it was just shitty. I was also like 16.
Wait, so how'd you deal with it?
I got drunk
okay.
and threw up all over myself, and then I got grounded.
That's such a white person thing. I love it.
No,
I remember
Not
high,
just threw up,
like,
threw
I
up all
remember, I
over
remember
herself.
high
Listen.
school breakups. Like we
love
would
it.
yeah.
party.
Listen, this is how like okay, so
We're gonna get fucked up tonight, guys.
Listen.
Let's go to TJ.
we
White
went.
Clay.
I drank
we-
a bottle of scissor in 2007 because that was
I
my
went
first breakup.
to I went to a punk rock show
Oh, yeah.
in PB at a internet cafe.
Yeah, you
Remember
fucked up.
those?
You fucked up.
Okay.
What the?
Yeah.
Never even been.
This I mean this is how long ago it
Yeah,
was.
yeah,
It was
yeah.
like probably 2002,
Yeah, it was like
2003.
prehistoric.
Yeah.
Yes, I was like 20.
So we went to a punk rock show, me and a friend from high school.
I'll drop them.
And in the parking lot, somehow we got our hands on a bottle of Goldschlager, and I
it super
chugged
bad?
the Goldschlager, and then I got my hands on wine.
Yeah, this is
Somehow-
super bad.
Yeah,
The fuck was his name? McLovin?
Was he from
Right?
Goldschlager and
Yeah.
wine.
right?
Is he an organ donor? Is he an organ donor?
No.
Is he an organ donor?
No, right? No, and then we went into the show, and the music was so loud that it like fucked up my head kind of thing, and I threw up all down my leg in his dad's car on the way back home.
Oh,
I like was in
man.
the back seat, just like you're driving back from
the
PB
worst.
to
Throwing
East
up is
County,
so
and you're
bad.
like,
I hate it.
yeah. And I just all down my legs,
Hurling.
and I had to go back in my house. I take my pants off, put them in the bathtub, and then like go pass out. Whatever. I wake up in the morning. My mom's like, "What the fuck?"
Heartbroken. I'm heartbroken, mom.
Right? And I was like, "Fuck!"
You
and
don't
my
get
mom's
it.
like, "You're grounded."
You don't get
I,
me.
I
Yeah.
remember being so drunk one time throwing up. It was when you and Baby Cakes had that apartment, and I threw up all over the brown
On
couch.
4th?
No, East Chula Vista.
Oh, yeah.
Me and Baby Cakes went out one night, and we got super trashed.
Is that when you guys were cursing out the owner of that?
I was cursing out the owner. Me and Baby Cakes got so drunk, we ended up calling our dads and unleashing years of trauma on our dads.
Oh, my God.
Right.
I didn't
And
know
then-
you did
yes,
that.
Yeah.
Trauma
so
bond.
we caught our dad. Yeah, we were like, yo, let's just go out tonight for a beer. Daniela
That was
like,
at Novo, right?
Yes, Daniela was like still new. Like she was like they had been together, but like they hadn't been together like that. I don't think Magdalena was even born yet.
Yeah.
Like and Cakes was like, all right, let's do it. Let's go out. So I didn't have Julian. He was allowed to go out. We got so fucked up. We both called our dads. We both were like, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. We went just unleashed a bunch of shit.
Yeah, cursed out the owner of
Cut-
the brewery.
I got mad at the owner of the brewery. I called him a fucking Mexican. I said, get your hands off me because
I feel like I
But he's
remember
Brazilian.
but
isn't he?
they were Brilliant. Yeah. So
this. Yeah.
I ended up paying for like $100 worth of beer that I was trying to steal, according to them. But
Allegedly.
allegedly, I
According
was
to
trying to
them.
steal it, but they
God.
charged me $100. Daniela picks us up, and the owner is like walking us out. He has one hand on Baby Cakes, one hand on me. They're walking us to the car, and I'm like, "Get your fucking hands off me, you fucking Mexican!" And Baby Cakes is like, looks at me. He's like, "Shut up, they're Brazilian." And I was like, "So fuck!" Like I was just
God.
drunk.
He doesn't tell you to shut up because you're being rude and an asshole. He's like, you got
Shut
it.
up.
They're Brazilian.
They're Brazilian,
Yeah, get
yeah.
it right. You know what I remember about
And then
that night?
Daniela picks us up, and I'm like, Daniela, thank you for picking us up. You know I love you, right? And she was like, no, you don't. And I was like, Yeah, I know. Because I was like, when I was,
That's what I remember.
yeah, because I was still mad.
That's what I remember.
I was still
My
mad at
God.
like
Daniela
Daniela
comes
taking
home
away
and
my
tells
best
me
friend. Like
the next day,
I was still
she's
mad
like,
about
yeah,
that.
I go pick up these two drunk idiots, and I'm in the car, and Adrian's like, Daniela, you know I love you, right? And she's like, and I respond, no, you don't. And he's like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you're right.
What a dick.
Wow.
Then I get home, I pass out on the couch, and I'll never forget it because I had a brand new navy blue Dipset hat, and I fucking threw up all in my hat and threw up all over the brown couch. I was so mad.
Yeah, we made you clean it up.
Yeah, you did. I remember that. That's the last time I threw up. I don't throw up. I don't really get that drunk to throw up.
Wow.
I'd rather like die than throw up. I don't throw up.
Watch this. So Heartbreak, that was great.
That was heartbreak.
You're the tangent king.
He's the king of the tangent.
You are the tangent king, my friend.
I
love
don't
it.
even realize.
Don't
it, though.
ever change. Yeah, I love that. I
My
love that.
bad. Shout out Baby Cakes. That was a good night.
You'll hear a word and you'll have such a long story. All you heard was throw
Oh,
up.
yeah, you're
You
talking
heard
about
throw
a
up?
heartbreak, and
And
your
her throw
heartbreak
up?
went into you got drunk and you threw up.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, I remember the last time I threw up.
I wasn't even
Yeah,
done
I
with
called
my
the fucking
story.
Mexican. I called this Brazilian guy
my
fucking
God.
I wasn't
Mexican.
even
That
done
was
with my
impressive.
story.
That was impressive.
My bad. My bad.
I wasn't even.
I
done
forgot
with
what
my
the
story.
question was. That's the art he has. That's an art.
Oh
hey,
my
hey,
God.
my bad. Hey, I'm heartbroken. My
That's
bad.
so funny.
I love you, Lizzie.
Okay.
You can't try to circle back now. I'm heartbroken.
Anyways, Heartbreak.
Oh my
God.
goodness.
Okay.
Heartbreaker, you got the best of
So, not cardinal sin, but red flags. Do you guys have red flags when dating?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That off the bat, you guys are like, no
Yes.
thanks. I'm
Yeah.
not. No longer proceeding.
Yeah. Immaturity.
What do you got?
Immaturity.
Give me an example.
Being overly obsessed with social media.
Like in what way?
Like
Like the facade.
right.
Oh.
I want to do a challenge because I saw this TikTok challenge. Like let's do like a couple challenge. I'm 35 years old. I'm not doing a TikTok challenge. They're not gonna record me like pretending to react to something. I don't care. Like we're not doing that.
That's your Virgo in you.
Yeah, I'm just not doing that. I think to me that's immature. Like what grown woman cares about recording the video and like then you got to retry it? What happens if you fuck up the first time? Then you got to do it
Oh,
again.
no, you
Then
don't.
you got to do it again and
You
again.
don't
and again.
understand.
Like, I'm not doing that. No,
Those
I'm not
people
doing that.
do that like over and over.
Yeah,
and
that's
over.
fucking stupid. That's not. It's not even genuine anymore. If you want to record like a genuine interaction, cool. I'm not gonna want to do it, but if it's a genuine like one time only, but you want to do retakes and retakes and retakes to get the right look for Instagram,
Right.
I'm not doing with that shit. I don't care how fine you are. I'm not.
We're
If
not
you're
doing social media.
stupid, like I'm not talking to you. I can't talk to a stupid girl. Like I don't care how fine you are.
That's fair. What about you? Red flags.
Red flags.
I'm like a bull out here with the. red
I mean,
flags.
in dating, like no job, like
those are
not
bums.
not being like put together, like you know what I mean. Like good hygiene, I think is like something that's like a red flag if you don't have good hygiene.
I can see why you picked Macaw. Macaw's always been put
Yeah.
together. Fashion wise, always been on top
He
of fashion.
always smells good, you know. But yeah, I think that like just overall not having your shit together, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think I'm a pretty good like judge of like character and kind of like who's doing well, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What about
I'd say for me, and mind you, a lot of this is like from our, we're this answer is being this question is being answered from a lot of our past experiences.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
But for me, it's when a girl has more guy friends than she has girlfriends, that is a huge red flag for me.
Yeah, you whore.
And I
good
may
one.
be,
That's a good one.
I may be demonized for saying that. Like, oh, you don't trust
Preach,
her.
King.
It
Preach,
has
King.
nothing to do
Preach,
with
King.
trust.
Go
Like,
ahead.
It goes
You
way
hear us?
deeper
You
than
whores.
that. I dated a girl one time who
Get into this.
I dated a girl one time. Snap streak with a guy. So
mean?
for those,
Snap streaks is for the sluts.
kind of goes back to
what is
the
that?
immaturity thing.
Okay, yeah,
so
yeah,
it's on Snapchat. It's I send him a snap
You
right
have to like communicate with each other over Snapchat.
every day.
Yeah.
To keep the streak going.
What's the point of it? Just to say that you did it?
Just
Or-
to say that you have a streak of
She was very
365
immature
days.
though.
Oh,
Right?
okay,
that's
okay.
a
The-
year.
Right.
So
That was a very
I had
immature thing to do.
So there was the girl that I dated, and like she did a snap streak with the guy friend, and I'm
Hey,
like,
beer.
what's the point of that? Like, oh, it's because we've been doing it for a long time to keep the streak going. And I'm like, okay, well, what are you guys sending each other every day? Like every day you have to snap this person,
Right.
And they're like, oh, it's like it could be random stuff. It could be
I'm
my
not dating a girl
shoes. It
with
could be this.
Snapchat.
It could be that.
2025. I'm
It
not
could-
dating
and
a
I'm
girl
like,
with Snapchat.
okay, but I don't understand the point of it. Long story short, like there was more than just snaps of like, oh, I'm sending my shoes or
Right.
a pen on the table.
Yeah.
Like this dude would send her snaps of like with his shirt off, right? It'd be like, oh, just got done, whatever, snowboarding. But like, why are you sending a picture with your shirt off to
I'm snapping him a
a
link
girl who's in a
to hack his phone.
relationship, right? So to me, there's a lot more to unpack with that relationship that I'm not going to get into.
Right.
But when a girl says, I have a lot of guy friends, and then like looks at you
I
for
think
being wrong for not liking it.
Yeah, I think that it's more on a thing of like boundaries because like I think that you could have friends of guy friends, girlfriends of either one, but I think that there's like a boundary.
100%, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if it was an actual innocent thing, you know, you probably would have been okay with it. Right? Like
I still wouldn't have been okay with her having a bunch of guy friends. Like even if it's innocent,
Not
like
her.
why
That
do you
would
have
be
so
her.
many? No, anybody in general. Even if it's innocent, why do you have so many guy friends?
Did she have that
And
many
this is
girlfriends?
this is not just in terms of like friends, social media, right?
No, I'm talking about
not
like
talking about
friends
like
that
that.
Friends that you
like,
actually hang out with.
friends that you will hang out with, like
okay.
not acquaintances or they follow me on social media.
Right.
No, I don't. That's crazy.
No,
Like,
I mean,
you're-
if
that's-
it was a
there's gonna
thing,
be lot of
if
that.
it's a thing
That's
where,
reasonable.
let's say, maybe I work in sports medicine and there's a lot of dudes around. So my coworkers are men. I might be making friends at
Yeah,
work.
but you don't have this snap streak with.
That's
fucking
coworkers though.
Jalen
I'm
Hurts.
talking
Right.
about guy friends.
that's
that are
different.
separate
Once
of
you
that.
take it outside of the professional,
Yeah.
and you're now, oh well, we're just hanging out outside of work. We're this,
But I
doing
mean,
this and
you,
that.
yeah, I mean, you could have interests with these people,
That's
maybe
fine.
right outside of work,
Uh-huh.
right? And maybe if it's like a group thing where, hey, babe, after work we're all going out.
But that's not necessarily
No,
No,
I'm sure
No.
some of these
Okay,
are
so
one-on-one.
so
but I'm saying
a
that
couple of
this-
different examples
this-
of times where this person that I was dating would hang out with their guy friends,
Yeah,
right?
no,
But just want to hang
yeah.
out with them by themselves, and
And I think that that's where the boundary.
yeah, and I'd be like, oh, cool, let's all go. Like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, like oh, me and you're gonna go and they're gonna meet us there or something. Like, oh no, we're just gonna go hang out. Like, what?
to intentionally leave.
And she'd probably hooked up with him.
yeah.
Well,
to
I wouldn't be
intentionally
surprised,
leave you
100%.
out
I
of
wouldn't be
plans. To
surprised.
me, that's a
Yeah.
red flag,
Yeah,
right?
don't leave me
That's
out.
a
Yeah.
huge red
Let me
flag.
decide that I don't want to go with you guys. Give me that option.
Yeah.
To decide.
You know,
like,
and I
go
would have
with your friends.
I would
but
have
I'm not going.
conversations. I would have conversations and say like, "Hey, I don't like that. It bothers me, right?" And then the rebuttal was, well, I don't mind if you do it. That's not the point because I'm never going to do that. That's not who I am. I'll never do that. The only friends that I have that are females are the wives of the guys, right? And then one friend that I've known since high school. That's the only. And so I'm like, that's not the point. Like I can do it too because I don't want to do that. I'm telling you as your partner that bothers me. And that should be enough if you want to be in this relationship.
No, yeah,
And your friend from high school is married with kids. It's not like it's
right.
it's
That should be
not like
enough
she's a threat.
if you want to be in this relationship to respect how I feel and change that behavior. And if you don't, then I need to make the decision to walk away.
Yeah.
Right? It's that simple.
I agree. That's
Walking away is the hard part, though.
that's like my number one red. I think.
Yeah,
to cherry pick off of that.
Yeah.
Right.
I
I,
think
mean,
that's a
because
big-
it would
Can I
have.
ask you
That's
why?
a big
Can
one.
I
Right.
ask you why it's a red flag? Why does it bother you?
What's the red flag though? Is it guy friends? Is that over? Like that's what it is.
He's saying the same
Guy
thing as me,
friends?
but I want to hear how he explains it.
But it's guy friends, right? Where that's
Yeah.
Like, why
okay.
does it bother me?
Yeah.
I think it bothers me because you're putting yourself in a position that just makes me uncomfortable. And why does it make me feel uncomfortable? Because I don't necessarily know the intention of the other person.
Right.
Right.
And I don't necessarily, not to say that like the person of interest that I have can't defend themselves, but
You never know.
people
Well,
have been put in very
right.
precarious positions before, and to avoid conflict, physical harm or whatever, they'll engage or have to do something that maybe they weren't 100% on board with, but the act was already done. You did what you did, and now I have to deal with it on my end. And I don't want to have to do that. And to me, I think it's fair to just limit it to okay, you guys are friendly online. You guys can still have casual conversation here and there. I don't think it needs to be like a everyday, all day thing.
Keeping
Casual.
Right.
Yeah.
There's a casual thing of like, oh hey, Merry Christmas.
Sure.
Happy birthday. Oh,
Yeah, that's cool.
That's totally fine.
Yeah.
Totally logical. But to do anything further than that, especially while you're actually like an actual like a partnership, especially if one person is expressing that they don't like it.
Right.
I think that should be honored because at the end of the day, like
Right.
you're gonna go home, you're gonna
If
you should be
that's your person.
compromising
That's
to
your
at
person,
least
right?
right.
You're
You're
should be
choosing that person.
You should be compromising to at least make your partner feel comfortable.
yeah.
I agree
Where
100%.
if it is a thing where it is truly 100% innocent, you pull the reins back on that relationship. You're not communicating every
Yeah.
day, and you're making it a point to bring your partner in to this
right.
friendship, and make
Sure.
it,
and there shouldn't be any problem
Right.
or issue.
Even like back
and-
to our conversation a couple of weeks ago, like I think I should have made it more of a point to be like, if my girlfriend has a problem with it, yes, I would be like, hey, like let's.
Dial it back.
I'm not gonna call this girl for my therapy.
Exactly.
I have a girlfriend for that.
Exactly.
Well,
I'm not, and I think I didn't. I don't think I did a good job of explaining that at that time. I mean, but going back and like listening and like,
thinking about it.
yeah, thinking
Well,
about it. It's like,
and to
okay.
your point, so I just had a friend that we went to high school with hit me up on social media the other day. She
Got that
replied.
ass?
She replied to something that I posted, and she's like, "Hi friend, how are you?" We don't talk very often. We might talk once every 2 or 3 months.
She said, "Hi, friend."
She's like, "Hi friend, how are you?" And
she
I'm
wants
like,
to
"Good."
fuck.
And I'm like, "Good. How you been?" And she's like, "Oh, good." Well, and this friend recently lost their mother, right?
Oh, shit. Never mind.
So she's like, "Hi friend, how are you?" I'm like, "I'm doing good. How are you? How are things since like you lost your mother?"
Right.
And she's like, "It's still really hard, and I'm trying to stay strong for my daughters." And then the next question, and I told her, I'm like, "You got to stay strong for them, right? You got to stay strong for your girls." And the next question I asked her was like, "How's the hubby? Like, how are the little
Yeah.
ones?" That's my question to her, right? Like, how's your husband doing? How are your little girls doing?
Why did you ask that?
To make sure if she was in a good spot, right?
Honestly,
To
because
make sure, are you married? Are you not married? Like,
no.
did you
I
divorce?
know she's married. I know she's
Oh.
faithful to her husband.
Oh.
I asked that to like
I
one to
mean,
be respectful, but to like
to
know,
show
like, to
interest
show that
in
it's
her life
well,
outside of
if we're friends and
Yeah.
if we're friends and I have no intention of being intimate with you, but we're truly friends,
Yeah.
I want to show that I care about
Yeah.
you as a friend.
The
You're
entire-
interested
nothing
in
more.
The entire
Yeah.
aspect of her
Nothing
life,
more.
not
Okay,
just
yeah.
you, but,
Right.
like,
That's what I was
your
curious
entire
about.
life.
Right.
I thought that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I want to show you that
Okay.
like you truly are a friend and I do care about you.
Mm-hmm.
Like I told her like, stay strong for your girls and all that. How's your, because I want her to know like I do care about you as a friend, but that's literally, we're friends.
Are we talking
Yeah.
about?
We know we're friends and it stops there.
Who's talking about?
Don't worry about it, dude.
I don't like when you don't tell me things.
I just don't like it. Let me
You
be
tell-
honest.
you tell me everything.
You know what? Communication.
I'm not gonna say her name on. I'm not gonna say her name on
Go
the
edit it out.
podcast.
Edit it out.
I'll tell you after.
Okay.
Bookmark.
Yeah. I think I know, but I probably don't know.
That's fair.
Right, but that's but that was a very platonic conversation.
Right.
In my
right.
mind,
A platonic conversation that happens once every. And at the end of it, she was like, "Okay."
And you
well,
brought up the husband.
Yeah.
She's like, "At the end of it, I'm glad you're doing well. Take care. We'll talk soon." And I said, "Same to you."
right.
And then we'll probably talk again like in 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Like, hey, how are
But that's a
things-
friend, right?
How are yeah, 100%.
So you can have female friends.
yeah.
but that was what we said.
Right.
I think
But I'm not hanging out with her all the
issue
time.
wasn't the
Right,
friend
right.
part. It's the I guess the
hanging out
extent
part.
of the friendship.
Yeah.
All right, back on the record. Last question before we wrap up.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for all of your honesty. I appreciate it. This was fun.
And all your tangents.
And all the tangents.
I'm sorry.
Adrian.
I'm sorry for the
Tangent
tangent.
King.
Yeah.
Cutting people off.
All
I'm
right.
sorry, Lindsay. I did cut you
She
off.
still
earlier.
didn't finish her
I know.
story.
This should be cut. This. I mean, I don't know, but what's a guilty pleasure you have that would be embarrassing for people to know? I'll go first.
I don't know. Let me think about that. I don't know.
Okay.
What was the
you wanna go?
question?
What's your
a
guilty
guilty
pleasure?
you have that would be embarrassing if, I guess, just people you don't know, maybe.
Pleasure.
Love is blind.
Don't
I'm
take
not
my
embarrassed
don't take my
about
answer.
that.
Guilty pleasure.
I'll go since you guys are thinking. and it's along those lines. I love reality TV.
Like cheesy reality TV.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
I love that shit.
I started watching that Drewski show on YouTube.
No, that doesn't count.
That's just funny.
That doesn't count.
It's so funny though.
I need something worse than that.
No, it's pretty bad.
I need something. No, that's not bad.
So guilty pleasure for me. I don't know if I'm like guilty about anything. Like I do things intentionally, and I don't really feel like I should feel bad about things.
I mean, that's fine. I don't.
Yeah, I'm having a
necessarily-
hard time with the guilty pleasure part.
No, I
don't
would say
feel
like
bad,
I would
but
say cheap reality TV.
If I
like
were to
Macabre,
if I were to
like-
tell someone like, oh, I love Love Is Blind, The Ultimatum,
Yeah.
Vanderpump, a lot of people are gonna be
I've
like,
never watched Vanderpump.
gay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
They wouldn't be wrong.
Believe me, when
and
we
to
first
me,
met,
like,
he's
I'm
like,
not-
I had Laguna
Yeah.
Beach on DVD. Like he,
I'm not
like,
ashamed.
I like those
Yeah.
shows too. I
I'm
love
not.
Laguna
I'm
Beach.
not necessarily like ashamed of it, but I think that falls under like what could be considered.
It could be considered
embarrassing. I'm not
guilty
necessarily
pleasure, yeah.
saying I'm
Yeah.
embarrassed because obviously I've mentioned this shit before.
Right.
Laguna Beach
It don't-
gave us Lauren, Conrad,
LC?
and Chris.
No, who's the one with the dark
LC
hair?
and Kristen.
Who's the one with the dark hair?
I don't know.
He
They're
dated
I
Robbie.
don't remember
Oh
either.
my god! I forgot.
Yeah,
She was so
Lauren.
fun. No, not Lauren.
No.
Lauren dated.
You're talking about Kristen Cavallari?
No, not Kristen Calavari or her best friend. Their friend with dark hair. Hold on, let me look it up. She was.
Yeah, Google it. But right now, Love Is Blind is my shit right
Yeah.
now. And mind you,
I mean,
I've seen them
I
all.
guess
for whatever reason, I love that
right.
shit. I don't know why.
My guilty pleasure would be like social media, like Instagram, like just needing to like not spend as much time scrolling
okay.
on, like it.
Sure.
Looking at how much time I spend on Instagram, that is kind of embarrassing.
All right, that's fair.
Like
Hey, that's
it's
fair.
a thing where like it just out of habit, I'll just pick up my phone and open Instagram and just scroll, and it's not even like I'm intentional about it. So
Right. Or Traders. Oh man,
Traders,
I love Traders.
but that's not to me like it's a good show.
I don't know.
Like
it's just a certain genre of TV that it can be very like one way or the other. People
Yeah.
either love it or hate it. Don't get me started.
What's Traders?
I could start a whole show on that.
Traders is a show of like it's a melting pot of a bunch of reality TV show stars, Survivor, Challenge, Bravo, Housewives, like just anybody who is in reality TV, and they are in a castle and there's traders, and you have to find. Have you guys played the game Assassin?
Or Mafia.
Mafia. Yeah.
Well, like
so
we'll just say out of 20 people, 4 of them will be in secret told that they're the traitor.
and you have to find out who the traders
Well,
are.
You have to day by day try not to get caught, and the rest of the group not.
Audrina.
Audrina, yes.
Audrina.
Audrina Pot. That was
With the dark hair and the blue
Oh,
eyes.
yeah.
Yeah.
That was she was
Yeah.
my was it man crush? My WCW.
You
Woman
just said
Crush
man crush?
Wednesday.
That's what I meant.
Hey.
I heard man crush.
You know what I mean.
Hey, dude.
Woman crush was it? Oh, she's blonde now.
Ew.
Anywho. So yeah.
Sorry, Lindsay.
I don't know if I have a guilty pleasure, but like something
Why
that
do we
might
reality
be
TV?
something that might be embarrassing is I like to use a squatty potty when I go to the bathroom.
I mean, I do too.
I don't know if that's
squatty potty,
embarrassing
but-
or not, but
I don't know if it's a guilty pleasure, but maybe it could be.
no, it's
considered
not.
embar-
And that's what I'm saying. I don't know if I have a guilty pleasure.
It helps
but
him poop so good, and it feels so good
I just
that he's
I started
embarrassed
using
at how
it
good
years
it
ago.
feels.
I honestly started using it because of a girl that I dated a long time ago, and then I just got comfortable and I,
I
never
never
stopped
pooped on
using
one of
it.
those. Does it make a difference?
It's supposed to help. I mean, I just got used to it.
It's supposed to like align your
I guess
body
it might be
in a
embarrassing,
way
though.
to like allow it easier for your poop to like come out, so you don't have to strain as much.
Yeah.
I mean, you use one, I use one. I know that the Venegas family is big on squatty potties. So
Baby takes some big
All right,
shits.
maybe it's not embarrassing.
Maybe we should brand one. and
I've
sell it
seen
on.
them. Like I've gone
You
to
don't
girls'
say that.
houses.
Squatty potty.
I've been to
I'm in.
I've been
That'd be
to
fire.
like houses and I've seen them. I think they're pretty more
Well,
common.
the
it's
reason
like
why
ergonomic pooping.
the reason why I say it could be embarrassing. Maybe it's not embarrassing, but I feel like it's embarrassing because when I have had women over, I will put it in my closet. I'll hide it because I don't want them to
Which
see it
is-
and judge me. But then I'm
Interesting.
like,
Maybe
which
that's
is
why,
funny
Maybe that's why
because
she took a
you've
shit
been-
in my bathroom.
Right. Which is funny because you've had relationships that are very open about like pooping.
No.
Like,
Relationships
you're
are
usually-
different.
Okay.
No, relationships, squatty potty's there.
Right.
You're like, I'm talking about girls that I'm not in a relationship with, that I might be hanging out with.
Okay.
Whores.
And if I think they're gonna come back,
You can't ick out the horse.
ahead of time,
we
I
love the whores.
I will put it in the closet so that they don't see
Shout
it.
out the whores.
So maybe I'm a little embarrassed by it. I don't know.
Well, right. I mean, I feel like girls would definitely for sure do something like that. You know, like
Yeah.
girls, I know I've like turned on the water while I pee, you know, or whatever. And it's
Yeah.
like, dude,
Silly shit.
you know, like you,
Yeah, you are clutch, Tangent King.
He's great.
Yeah, don't ever change.
Yeah,
it was a good time.
Don't ever
God.
I love you for
change.
you.
Don't ever change.
It happens.
Please.
Dude.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Oh man.
We'll catch you on the next one. We
this whole,
appreciate.
he's going to
Flush the
edit
toilet.
this and this whole episode is just going to be his tangent.
Kendrick Lamar was a good
20-minute
was a really
video.
good.
20 minutes.
It's just going to be him talking.
The whole episode is going to be Kendrick Lamar was a great Super Bowl performance.
Anywho.
Right. All right. Well, thank you guys. We'll catch you on the next one. Please like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah, we want to hear your opinions.
Yeah.
You know, we got into some real deep stuff here. Like, let us know if anything that we like. If you agree with something, if there's a point that you just vehemently disagree with, like, please.
Shout out to the consistent listeners. Like
Yeah.
Ted reposts. Ted hits me up. Just like, bro, I love listening to you guys.
Yeah.
Shout out Priscilla, Ricky's mom, who like loves listening to
Yeah.
us. And
If you
telling
have any
stories.
constructive criticism about the editing, please direct all of your
Concerns
comments
to
to
me.
Adrian.
Comments and concerns to Adrian.
Yeah.
I will be taking over the editing.
Yes.
So if it seems like it's one sided, it probably is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Good luck.
Sorry.
Good luck. Edit. Good luck, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll catch you on the next one.
Adios.
Peace.
Thank you.
Say that.